What? What do we got?
We're professional now.
Are you ready to do this?
I am so ready to do this.
Hey, it's Tuesday, everybody, and it's Collider Live. That's where we're live on Collider, so that's why we call the show Collider Live. And today, joined at the table by the one, the only, Josh Macuga.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Nice to see
Great
you.
to be here. Thanks for everything you do for me. I really appreciate it.
You got it.
Yep.
No problem. I gave you a movie to watch.
I did. Finally, we got to it.
Did you get to? You watched it?
No,
Oh,
the
good.
wife was out of town last night, so we're going to watch tonight.
All right, it's fine. I don't care.
Then why'd you say you got to it?
He lied. No, it got to it, meaning I gave it to him.
I've been texting for over a week about it.
Trying to get it. And Roxy Striar is here, and you're very happy today.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't hear myself.
It's not really
Is that better?
Collider
Much
Live
better. No,
anymore.
not really. Can you guys turn me up in there?
You're stepping on my Roxy
I'm
Live
sorry,
bit.
I know, but the problem is I can't hear myself, and then we're gonna have an issue.
Yeah,
So-
I'm a little low too. I told
I
you to turn
feel
myself
great.
up.
All right. Is that good? That's fine.
Do you see what's going on in here?
What?
JT is looking at us with scotch tape on his head.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
He's
What
always
else
a
is
little creepy.
happening?
I have taken over. I snuck in
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
And decided to put my face in all
Everywhere.
of the frames.
Right.
But here's the truth,
Yeah.
and you can't deny this. Everybody in the room now is in a picture.
It's true.
Yes.
When before, I was
Everybody
the
in
only
the
one.
room.
Everyone in the room.
Not Beardo, though.
Everyone in
Poor
the
Beardo.
room is in a
Sorry,
picture.
Beardo.
Yeah, Beardo. So here's
No, Beardo's not in the picture,
Now,
but he's not in the room.
From that part of it was true. Everything else you said was a lie.
Yeah, the rest of it was a lie.
yeah, so-
Finstock's rubbing off on me.
Right. So what happened was
happens.
that Alex actually he says today, he goes, "Hey, is this too passive aggressive? I was gonna put all of Roxy." I said, "That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It is passive aggressive, and I love it." And
I am not mad about it.
I know, but the best part about it, what I wish, is that we had an internet problem this morning, right? And at 10 o'clock, Roxy was sitting in this room for like 12 minutes and had not noticed the pictures on the wall. So we were hoping to get the genuine reaction that you finally did when you noticed it, but the internet did. The
Stupid
gods didn't let,
internet.
didn't let us have it.
Wait, so was there no? Because this morning Cobbster was like, wah, wah, wah.
There was nothing wrong with it. Oh, no. There was something that's the technical thing that they were going through, but that.
Oh, that
he
was
did-
true though.
We were
that
just
part was
trying to
true.
hold the room open so that we would surprise you near the beginning of the show. But
There
then
was
the
a mixture
internet
of
went
both.
I
down.
can't believe how long it took me to notice.
Oh, yeah, I
and
know.
it
I'm a good
wasn't.
actor,
You want to know
Roxy.
why I did notice?
Why?
Because I had Cody take that picture of us, and I was
Oh,
zooming
stupid
in
Cody.
to try to edit myself,
Yeah.
and I started seeing pictures of myself, and I
Oh.
was like, wow.
You just said myself like 34 times. It was
know.
amazing.
Well, myself.
Allow myself.
You love yourself. So you're happy now that you have
I
a
still
picture
don't
on
really
the wall?
understand myself.
Well, the question is though, which one of these pictures is going to stay? Because we're not keeping
that's
all these up.
tricky. It's a really tricky one. I mean, you can't do a solo shot myself.
I think
and
you
then-
do
Which one?
the schmoes one up here. Oh, the
I
Christian's
don't
not
know.
in that
We'll
one.
figure it out.
Yeah, you're not in that one. But
well,
there
we'll-
is Roka working on something in the back. I don't know what
we'll figure
what
it
he
out.
is working on though.
But I want to tell you guys something very important. Yes, we're going to be talking.
Come on!
What? You want to talk about the pictures for the whole show?
No, I was trying to give them the what is Roka working on bit. They just
no.
didn't.
No.
It just didn't happen.
I didn't hear it.
I'm trying to figure some tech things out, Roxy. I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
see.
We'll work on our speed a little later.
They're very rattled in this.
Nailed it.
He's still working on his spoonsmanship.
There you go.
I
Thank
do
you.
like the delayed shit Beardo's been doing lately.
Yeah, it's really good.
Did you hear yesterday when we had phone calls calling in?
No.
Like someone would call and we'd be on the phone with him, and then he'd play the ring like as we're on the phone with him.
This is so cool. I
you
think
like this?
I don't care if it was trying to be passive aggressive. It was so sweet.
Yeah.
Alex, you spent time on me.
It actually was my idea.
You can't take
No.
credit after
Alex,
know,
are you
it's fine.
single? Should we do a? What's going on?
Yeah.
Should we do like a
Love is
bachelor
in
for
the air.
Alex?
Funny you say that. Ashley I, as we lovingly
Ah.
call her, she's going to be coming in next week.
Nice.
And she's going to grill us relationship-wise.
Oh.
On all of us.
Oh.
And we're going.
I'm gonna crack.
Yeah. She's going to grill us. I'm going to give her free reign to really go all in on all of us. So
Oh,
be
I
prepared
was
for that
thinking
next
we
week.
should maybe get Roxy Striar. I don't think she'll fold under question. I'm gonna crack.
I'm gonna cry.
That's it. What do you want to know? I'll give them all up.
When is she coming? You don't know which one?
She was supposed to be on this week, but they couldn't do it, so they're going to be on next week. I just got to coordinate with her and Jared, but they're going to come in next week.
In other news, it is hot as balls in here right now,
I know
right?
they're going to work on the AC.
Just curious.
They're going to work on the AC.
Cool.
But a couple
I put
things that we're going to
deodorant
talk
on her,
about
okay.
today. We have obviously we'll touch on the Emmys a little bit. If you clicked on, we'll talk about the Captain Marvel trailer in depth. Don't worry about it. And there's just a bunch of things that we want to get to today. One of the things, a really important thing that I think it would be silly if we don't bring up, and I would be upset at myself, those animals are still fighting in my backyard. I told you about the raccoons.
The squirrels?
The squirrels, the raccoons. Today, I'm making my daughter food, the youngest one, and I hear this noise. Well, what in the fuck is that? And I see this ball of fur just like biting each other and scratching.
Do they have rabies?
Well, wait.
Probably.
So they pull back, right? And it's this little cat that I know from next door.
No!
Being attacked by
A house cat?
Well, let me finish this
I'm
thing.
sorry.
So then it was a house cat, but then this other huge cat. I'm like, is that a bobcat? I'm like, what?
Bobcats are big. You know Ozark.
I know bobcats are, but this is how big this other cat was.
Okay.
It was, as I'm in my haze in
Coyote.
the morning. No, it was a fucking cat, Roxy. But
A coyote is
it was
like
just-
a dog.
Yeah.
I think he knows the difference between a cat
It was
and
just
a dog.
It was a really large cat. It was like a Biff Tannen sized cat, right? And so, and this other cat was George McFly.
Okay.
And the little cat was getting his ass kicked by this big cat, and you could just tell like he was just beating on it. And I tap on, and I'm not a big cat person,
no,
right?
nobody should be a big cat person.
But there are a lot of people who love cats, and I'm.
But it's still alive. It's a living creature.
This is why, in my instinct, I'm like, I don't want to see anybody get bullied. I don't care if it's cats, dogs, humans.
Sure.
So I knock on the window, right? And then they both stop, and then the Biff Tannen cat looks up to me, and he's just like staring at me. And he looks back at the other cat, and he's like, "You're fucking lucky," right? And I'm telling you. And then the big cat kind of moves over towards the back, and then just stops. And I'm looking through my kitchen door at this cat, and just stops and looks at me. And I'm staring back. I'm like, "What?" And then the cat's looking at me, and he's like, "All right." And he heads off towards the garbage can.
Yeah.
Now this little cat, not moving.
No.
This little cat's like, oh,
No.
no, not hurt. Just like, my life is saved. I'm
Yeah.
good. Hanging out. And then the little cat gets up, starts walking towards the garbage can, and he waits a good 5-10 minutes. And he looks over to the garbage can. He's like, fuck this, and goes the other way, right? And I'm waiting for the big cat to come running, but I left it alone. But I felt good because I saved the cat's life.
Okay.
And because I really, this cat was ready to rip this other cat's head off. I don't know why.
Is the other cat a stray?
The little cat?
No, the big cat.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
It's a
I
local
didn't get a
cat.
chance to get an interview done.
Do
with
you
them.
like cats, Roxy?
I just feel bad for bullying also. And,
Yeah.
like, they're really helpless. I mean, for somebody
It's
who
the
eats...
animal kingdom.
Here's the deal. I eat more meat than anybody I know, so I can't, like, really
Cat
care that
meat?
much about animals. No, not cat meat, but, like, it's hypocritical to care about some animals and not others. I really think it is. Like, if I had to eat a cat, I would. So
Whoa.
I can't, like, care that much. If I had to eat a human, I would. I have no
What?
problem. 100%.
Wait,
So,
I mean,
Like, if you're in
you
alive-
mean if you're like in the Alps
Stranded.
somewhere stranded, frozen?
I think, like, maybe if I was just, like, in China and they were like...
Do they
"Do you wanna
serve people
try-
in China? What are you
do wanna
talking about?
try a bite of this human?"
Where are you going with
Well,
this?
yeah, I was gonna say this is getting weird. Like,
What are you- you're gonna
oh,
eat-
you know, we're in China. They're like, we got a local delicacy. His
Right.
name's Al.
Right. Hey,
Hashtag that's a
do you
show.
want, hey, do you want a burger? No, give me a hand.
Well, they do
I'm in the mood for a hand.
They serve dog.
deep
They serve
fried
dog in
phalanges.
China.
Are you Hannibal Lecter all of a sudden? What is
There's a
happening
huge
with you?
difference
I-
between
Dog
dog and
people.
human.
And you shouldn't eat either one.
I would try human as quickly as I would try dog.
What is happening right now?
Take the pictures down, Alex.
wait, Mr. Macuga. After hearing that, what should Roxy do?
Sleep in the hallway.
Yeah, that is an absolute
But
sleep
the
in the
point
hallway
is, I
story.
wouldn't let another cat get bullied.
That was a long way to go to get there.
Let me tell you something, Christian. I don't want cats getting bullied, but I will eat humans.
No,
Wait.
hey, listen, don't pick on that kid. Let me bite your face.
I have this argument with people all the time.
You know, I have a lot of empathy for Jeffrey Dahmer.
I know, right?
Pretty good guy.
I understand.
I can see where
Yeah.
they look delicious. Have you ever seen a
I'm
human?
not saying
Delicious.
I want to eat a human. I'm just saying if it came to it.
She's watching
I
Alive.
would.
I'm starving now.
So you guys are saying you would never eat a human?
No! Never.
At all?
No, I'm jumping off a cliff. I'm jumping off a mountain. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'd
Oh,
smash myself in the head
We
with a
differ
rock.
there. We differ.
But the difference is that's survival. You're talking about if you're at a restaurant and said, "Hey, you want to try this thigh?
Hey.
Who is it? My friend Frank.
Well,
he was a
it's-
douche."
He's already dead, though.
But what does that mean?
Or not. Or you don't even know if he died
Kristian,
for
you
the
see on this
thigh.
menu they've got a kidney pie.
I
It's
know.
human kidneys. I'll eat them.
Right.
No, I don't
this
like
is,
kidney.
Would you also, Roxy? You'd be wearing the face of your friends by the end of this show. Holy shit!
I got a face bib here at Johnny's Human Lobster Mart.
I'm not saying that I want it.
Right.
Okay, this is what happened. This is why I'm so quickly to jump to this point. Because I know he's like a taboo name to say now, but one time I was talking to Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
We got in this big debate about how I'm not a vegan because I'm a carnivore. And he was like, if you won't eat a person, then you shouldn't eat an animal. And I was like, I thought about it long, hard. I was like, I'd eat a person. I'd do it.
He's always
we
bringing
just-
sausage.
Can we just point out the fact that Russell Simmons sounds like an idiot, and you also sound equally as ridiculous?
I get where you're coming from.
Listen, we have heard blowjobs in a jungle basement.
Right.
It's a jungle print basement.
Sure,
the
jungle
basement isn't a
print
jungle
basement.
itself. just to
Now,
be
now
clear.
we're really getting into a territory that is beyond comedy.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't either. Like, hey, did you hear Clyde last morning? Roxy to eat people.
Right.
Yeah, this chat is
Not
dead.
again.
This
no-
chat is dead.
This chat is.
They left.
can't.
They all
No,
left.
no. They're all here.
Oh yeah.
You know the saying is when something stupid happens and everybody's like, I'm dead now.
Right.
This is it. This
Oh,
is
they're
this
dead.
is the
Like,
chat.
they're laughing.
They're
Well,
laughing.
I asked them how many of them would eat a person.
None of them.
Not a lot of
The worst person
eating of people
listen,
or cats.
Listen, I'm gonna guarantee you, there's at least 5 horrendous humans watching this show right now.
Cool.
None of them would eat people.
No.
Under any okay, they would at least eat a person if they're on an island or something. Like you guys would eat a person if you had to.
I think I would drown her.
I-
The shark
I'm
eat
with
me.
you,
Roxy,
think that I would.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
wait,
If you
Cobbster's
absolutely
eating
had
people?
to, if you're stuck
No.
out in the middle of
I don't know.
the desert.
The answer to that question is I don't know because I'm not in that situation. But this is a different thing. You basically said like, look, if I was out in another country and they said, hey,
Yeah.
do you want? We don't have any more salad, but we have a human head. I'll try the head. That's basically what you're saying.
I
Yeah,
would
not
go for
with
the
you there,
ribs.
Roxy.
The head, like, where's the fat on that?
Right, okay, but
That's the thought process?
That's what I'm saying.
Where is the fat? It's not a freaking Kobe slider.
Right.
Here's the deal.
But you
once
won't
it's-
drink from another
No,
glass from
no.
another human, but
once
you'll eat
it's-
that human
once
that
it's
drank
in
from the
front
glass.
of you, what are they going to do with it? If
What?
you don't eat it, they're going to throw it away.
Yeah, or cremate
I
it.
was told always to finish the food on your plate.
Wow. So you're saying, Roxy Striar, I don't know you
I wouldn't eat
anymore.
the whole human. I'd die.
So basically, what you're telling me is don't die in front of you.
No,
because I could be eaten.
I'm not gonna on purpose eat you.
You wouldn't eat
I'd
someone
eat a
alive.
stranger.
Oh,
Roxy-
why? What's wrong with me?
Or if we were on an island, I would eat you.
Okay.
I would eat myself first.
You'd eat yourself? But then you would. That's not. That
You're
goes
eating
against.
yourself?
But that goes against
Yes,
the point.
yes.
That's against the point of survival. You're
No,
just
no.
eating yourself and you kill yourself.
So you're
No,
like
no.
James Franco in the 148 days, and you're going to cut
Yeah.
your arm off and
Yes.
eat your arm.
Yes. Before I ate Kristian, I would eat part of
You
myself.
take your arm off, put it in a fire, and eat
I
it.
think I'd start with my thigh, but yes.
Right. You would take your
You
thigh.
take
off.
the leg?
Cauterize it. Yeah,
What?
that's fine.
Yeah.
Your logic
Because-
is lunacy.
Well, I've
You
got
would-
really
you would be
skinny
limping
arms.
around,
There's not much going on there
But
for
you'd be
food.
limping around, and then someone else would eat you because you'd just be limping around. and
But
fall.
if it's you, are you going to eat me? You already said you're not going to eat a person.
No, I throw you
So
in the
I'd be
water and
safe.
say, you got
Done
good
and
luck.
done.
You got to read the situation. Like, it depends
It's not
on...
a poker game.
No, it is. If you're on an island, you have to figure out who's going to eat you. And then you eat
Is that
yourself
where you
and
go?
then them.
That's where your head
Who
goes.
are you going on islands with?
Well, yeah, what are you doing?
After the plane crash.
So this is the fucked up thing you've been writing in your head for how many years?
I
want to see this
all
movie.
of
Your
them.
life.
Yeah.
You gotta
all
make
of
this
your,
in.
all of the years.
Cobbster makes a
this-
solid
you're,
point.
You're 6 months old. And you're like, your first words are "eat humans."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the name of the movie.
This is incredible. You know the good news is, guys,
Yeah.
nobody's asking about the Captain Marvel trailer.
No, you tune in for the Captain Marvel trailer, and you hear this, you go, "Fuck the Captain
You know
Marvel
when you
trailer."
say something out loud and you kind of just thought everybody would agree?
Yeah. It was
yeah.
called when I called wrestling
No,
fans
no, no.
garbage
no,
people.
Actually,
then
there's,
nobody-
parts of prison that would agree.
But I just kind of thought it'd be like, yeah, I'd eat a person. Yeah, me too. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, me too. And then we move on.
I think the difference is that if
Didn't
it
happen
can,
like that.
That's
no,
the new
be-
Me Too movement that Roxy just started. Oh,
But
Me Too. I eat a human. I eat
But
a
the thing
human,
is, if
me
it
too.
came
Hashtag.
about on like the original conversation of, hey, we're all get stranded on this magical plane you're talking about, it crashes, right? And
Can't be
then-
that magical if it crashes.
Well, it was a shit when they didn't do the magic right, and the ass blew out of it and it crashed.
yeah.
And then we're like, hey, We got no food. There's
Yeah.
no fucking coconuts. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
Macuga died.
Sorry.
Or are we going to eat him? That's the question.
Okay.
Then,
Obviously, 1,000%. He'd
wait,
want
wait.
us to eat him.
But that's not how this conversation started, and that's the question of where you go back to.
You wouldn't want if it meant me living and you're dead. You
but
I'd
want
like to
eat
be
me?
at my
That's
own
like being an
funeral.
organ donor.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, if this is what the conversation would have started with,
Then you'd get it.
then we'd be like, okay, this is a conversation. You said if I was at a restaurant in another country and they said, hey, try this, you'd say, try it as much as I would try a dog.
I stand by that.
But listen, to each his own.
I stand by it.
So
Well,
these cats really had a fight this morning. Is where I got into this, and it led into eating people.
I was going to tell a story about how I had to walk wood over to a construction site and I heard some growling in a bush, and then Roxy just came in hot. You know what I really like? Humans.
I haven't tried
not
one
to
yet.
date
Not
or
to
like be
date
in
or
love
like
with,
them.
to eat.
Right. Well,
To consume
Finstock
as a
better
meal.
watch out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I talked to him yesterday.
I
talked to him.
him.
I talked to him on the phone.
Oh, no.
Well, I talked to him and I was talking to Ben Bateman on the phone also together. And Ben, who was just like, listen, I listened to the show and yeah, it was funny, but the guy should have texted me afterwards, right? And I call and I'm on the phone with Finstock. I go, listen, you should call this guy. You should say I'm sorry. And there's this pause. He goes, for what? And I'm like, did you not listen to the show? But the one thing he said to me though that I wanted to talk to someone in the room. He said because
Someone that doesn't eat humans, or
yeah, someone that doesn't eat humans.
Okay, cool.
Can I lose my credibility
Well,
on that?
because Hannibal Lecter said yesterday
Yes.
that Finstock, she was convinced that Finstock didn't do their show because they weren't big enough.
Oh,
right? And
I
it
don't
was
think that's true.
That's what I said.
Well, I didn't say that's the only reason. I said
You
if
said
they were.
you said it was part of a
I
reason.
said if they were bigger, he would have gone.
Let me disagree with you because I wasn't in the room for that one. I've known Finstock a very long time.
Right.
I don't think that he would do that for any. I don't care
That's
if
what-
Mark Maron
yes,
emailed
that's-
him and said, "Hey, come on my show Saturday."
he would still
at
do it
2
if he's
But
at a
he
beach.
wouldn't.
But
He wouldn't say he was going. That's the thing.
maybe he would,
wouldn't-
but look, nonetheless, he said we know him well enough to where he's flaky on everybody, right?
Yes.
But not advocating the behavior at all. But the one thing he did say yesterday is the only time I've really done that, I'm not gonna go on Don't Be a Beardo. He goes, I don't know that guy. I'm not gonna open up to that guy. He's like, I tried to get me on the show 10 times. And I was like, what did you tell him you're gonna do it? A couple times. And I'm like, but you shouldn't do that. And Beardo, how many times did he tell you that he was going to be on your show?
A countless amount of times.
yeah.
We had
Countless.
dates set up, and I'm like, okay, we can do this Saturday, and I wouldn't hear from him for a week.
Yeah, that sounds about
I'm not going to open
Finstock.
up to that
But
guy.
you had to explain why. Like you said, I wasn't big enough.
He did say he's like that's not worth my time to go up there. No one knows that guy. Yeah.
Not
kind of-
big
that's
enough.
kind of
But-
rude.
Wait, I kind of
yeah.
feel like I did that to Beardo, maybe though.
What?
Did I do that to you, Beardo?
Yeah, we kind of fell out.
Yeah,
we
you
tried.
didn't know
We
who he
tried
was,
to
right?
set up a time to schedule it, but
and then I
You didn't know who he was. Oh, someone actually threw it in my face
Sorry,
yesterday. Too. I was
man.
reading the I did read the chat yesterday, and what happened? I had a similar situation happen with Top 10. Top 10, like Nost and Nost still doesn't believe me, and that's fine. But Nost and Roka had me booked. I had a lot going on that day, and and my wife was having a rough day at home. I got on the road, was on my way home to be leave a little early for work to get home, and then Roka texts me. He's like, "Hey," he said, "Are you gone?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm almost home." And he's like, "You're supposed to be on the top 10." I was like, "Fuck, I forgot."
Yeah.
I just completely forgot.
Right.
It wasn't a matter of not wanting to do it.
And in your defense, you do forget a lot of stuff.
I do, and I forgot, and I didn't
You don't
have
need
it-
humans, but you
no,
forget
I didn't
things.
have it in my schedule.
Equally
and
as
yeah,
bad.
and and then I was, Nos obviously gave me some shit on it, but I was like, I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna rebook it, and that was not because hey, I'm going to the beach.
Right.
I was on my way home to be with the family, and I just forgot.
No, it makes sense.
Still not an
It's-
excuse for I should have put it in my calendar. For
I would
sure.
rather that.
Can I-
I'd rather somebody forget
Yeah.
and say I forgot.
Can I ask a question? So, what movie were they going to be doing on Action Anatomy of a Movie?
Mission Impossible 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason why he didn't want to do it.
That's a terrible movie.
On their
Yeah.
on
No,
their
I like the
Patreon.
third one.
Really?
That's a J.J. Abrams one.
Mission
Phil's-
2.
Your 2 stinks.
2 is the
Yeah.
stinky one.
They
Sounds
asked
good.
him. He was like, "I love that film."
No, he said what he told me yesterday. His quote was, "What are we doing that one for? I can do Hot Shots Part 2."
So a month ago,
Literally
say
what he
that
said.
they were like, "Great,
Yeah.
we'll do whatever."
Yeah, because
exactly.
in Ben
Exactly.
and Andrew's defense, they write out like a 40-page
Yeah.
pamphlet of notes, which is bonkers.
Well, they're
Yeah.
very prepared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Preparation is.
But anyway, I talked
fine.
to them both, and it doesn't seem like anything's happening with that. Okay, moving on. The other thing, that before we get to just brief Emmy stuff, because you guys watched it last night. 'Cause you're doing a full episode with
Did you
Roxy.
watch it all?
I watched a little last night, and I got home because I saw a screening of the Eli Roth movie, The House That Has Some Fucking
It's
Clock
the
in It.
house
I
with a
think
clock
called.
in its wall,
Yes.
and I was there,
Yeah.
and you
see me.
didn't say hi to me.
I didn't see you.
You
Where
just-
were you? Did you see me?
No.
So how the hell could you say
Because
hello?
afterwards,
All right,
Yell
don't eat
told
me.
me you were with it.
Shit, don't eat them.
I'll try not to.
But you know what I
It's gonna
did
be
though?
hard.
That stupid movie theater.
Which one? What theater?
No, I like the movie theater. It's Century City. It's AMC.
It was the IMAX. It was gorgeous.
It's fine. It's not a real IMAX, but it's a big screen. It's not the big IMAX. It's a fake.
It's not the big, but it is an IMAX.
Not
screen.
really. They call it that. It's not like a real IMAX. Anyway, the point is it stinks.
It's an eye mask. It's like an EYE.
Yeah.
Eye mask.
But I've been eating pretty good. I cook here all the damn
Yeah,
time
you do.
now. I've been eating really well.
Ethan Hawke seemed to be very intrigued by the smells from coming from
was
the
he?
kitchen
What'd he
yesterday.
say?
He was like, "Oh, it smells good" when he
Good.
came out.
Yeah, it was turkey burgers. I was
Yeah, it's
making
good.
some turkey burgers.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh,
Ethan Hawke was
in
here
yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was I?
Not
You
here.
left.
Not
you
here.
leave. Or
Eating
you do your
people.
job and then you're out the door. You don't like us.
I like you guys
You're
a lot.
on the way out to find the
What
next
was he
person to
here
eat.
for? I
An
need Ethan
interview
Hawke.
for a movie.
What?
An interview for a movie.
Yeah, his movie that he's doing. I don't know why I said that so aggressive to you. I apologize.
It's okay.
What? What are you talking about? He was here.
Stop trying to bite off my hand.
Sorry.
Oh,
Haley Fouch interviewed him. I don't know when that's going up, but she interviewed him, talked for
I
a
don't know
bit.
who that is.
Haley should write her for .com. She's part
great.
of the Scream Queen. She does the Witching Hour
Witching
with
Hour.
Perry. She's awesome.
She's here sometimes?
Yeah.
Ben and me are taking them on in Schmoeden first round.
Yes, yes, you are. So
Sorry, Haley.
Yes.
Maybe I do know you.
Now, the other thing I was going to say was with this Emmys thing. The popcorn. The popcorn. I've been eating really well. Problem is, if I don't eat by a certain time,
Oh,
here-
you lose it.
Well, I lose it, but besides lose that, and that's why I
Harloff
gotta eat.
monster.
And that's why I gotta eat something, right? So I gotta. But it's like 5:30. I hadn't eaten anything. I'm like, damn it! So that forces me to get delicious but bad for you hot dogs at the Century City.
Hold on,
no.
though.
Yeah.
You go to Century City now. You sneak by Italy, grab a slice of pie. It's real quick. They have
Yeah.
like the Roman style. You can get it by weight,
Really?
right in front of you at the counter. Zip out, walk
That's
right
it.
to the.
It's still not a super healthy option.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you
And
can
they
get
don't
something.
let you bring it into the theater.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
I
matter.
would
Eat
eat it.
on the
I
way
would
there.
eat it before I even got there.
Remember, we used to get Joe's. Is Joe's gone there? Is it still there?
Joe's is toast. Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed everything.
I don't
but
even know what Joe's is.
it's a great pizza place.
great pizza place.
But
Ugh,
I get
pizza.
there. Who says pizza but okay
Oh, to
humans?
humans.
I don't like cheese.
Just cut the show. We're
So
done.
there's no cheese on. Good. So I'll just put cheese all over myself and I'll be safe.
True.
All right. So we get to I get there.
Christian,
and I
you wearing
get
a
this-
cheese suit on this
I
flight?
know.
Yeah, well, Roxy's on it. I figure
Right,
if we
and she
crash.
looks hungry, so
yeah,
I'm good.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, but you, buddy, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah. I get there, I eat the stupid hot dog, and then I say, just a hot dog. They give me free popcorn, and I'm like, do I go with the healthy option? No, I dump the whole thing of butter on this.
Yeah,
thing.
you
I
have
feel,
to.
I feel the cholesterol even going higher, and then I watch this movie, and this is the only thing I'll say about this movie. I'll do a full review on it with Ellis. It is the best Eli Roth movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
But I don't like Eli Roth
Yeah,
movies.
it's not saying much, but it actually was with this movie.
Yeah. But anyway, so I get home. My wife's watching
People
the
think
Emmys.
I look like him.
I don't
He went
see
to
it.
Newton South High School, which is where I went,
Yeah.
which has nothing to do with him
People have
looking
tweeted
like
me
you.
and said you look like
Eli
Eli
Roth.
Roth, and I'm like, I don't
he's
see
like-
it. But
You look like my friend John Severese.
Yeah,
That's
Severese.
very-
He looks like nothing like you, other than you guys are white brunettes.
Yeah, I don't see it. But I got home. My wife's watching the Emmys, right? And I figured I was going to hear from you and hear how it was going.
Yeah.
So we hear about a little bit of that. I want to hear about your recap. We're going to hear a full recap, obviously, on TV Talking. Listen to that either on the podcast channel or on the Apple Podcast feed. Roxy will be joining Josh on that.
We had a thread
Me-
last night
yeah.
about it.
But here's
It's gonna
Fat
be
Roxy
lit.
and myself.
Yeah.
But what I heard about it, the Emmys because they did it on Monday this year, which is weird. The party beforehand, Tom Arnold and Mark Burnett got into a fight, like a legit
Ooh,
fight. Like
nice.
there's the
Oh,
conflicting.
is that what that joke during the Emmys was about?
Yeah.
About Betty White breaking them up?
Is
Yeah.
that what it, see? It's a conflicting report. So here's the report that Tom Arnold did like a full press conference on this shit. Now he's been trying to find the tapes of Trump from The Apprentice. So he's
Okay.
running around all over the
Right.
place looking for him, and he's got this show. So the rumor is,
that's
is what
right.
Tom Arnold says that Burnett's so pissed off about this show that they got into a scuffle and that Burnett started choking him, like legit choking him at the thing. And there was this big, and he says Kevin Bacon.
Burnett started choking Tom Arnold.
And Tom Arnold says Kevin Bacon and his daughter were there. They can attest for this. Like
Where was Schwarzenegger? True Lies style.
I don't know
backing
where it
him
was,
up.
right? But come on, get out of there.
Come on.
What are you doing?
What I'm gonna do is take
Yeah,
this
don't worry
knife.
about the jump tapes.
put this in your neck.
It's to sink himself.
Come on.
So then they got into the fight, but then Burnett's wife says that that Arnold started, and then she apparently showed like her hand had a bruise, and Tom Arnold's like, she bruised her hand and then showed that thing. That's horse shit. So I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Why would she be bruised?
Tom Arnold's saying that she wasn't even in the vicinity of when it happened.
She's blaming Tom Arnold for the bruise on her hand.
Yes,
is what you're saying.
Yes. And he is saying that she was nowhere to be seen.
That's next level.
I don't know, man. I mean, I like Burnett. I could see Tom Arnold annoys people in general, but if he's coming after you and your show, and you know, Burnett's a supporter and a friend of Trump, so I could see where we get pissed off. I'm gonna.
Did you watch the Shandling documentary?
Not yet. I have it though.
He is a nice like burn because Burnett totally screwed him over.
Oh, Shandling.
Yeah, that was his first manager. It was
was it?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a manager.
Him and no, it's Brad Gray.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Mark
Brad
Burnett.
Gray.
My bad.
Wrong guy.
My bad.
That's all right.
Yep, swing and a miss. I'll go eat a person.
That's all right.
I'll
Don't
be
worry
back.
about it. No, don't do that. Okay. Bless you.
Bless you.
That's a reward. You don't deserve it.
So Reilly, what do we know? What do we know about? Thank you. What do we know about this story?
We know that he basically held a press conference at Cedars.
Yeah.
He was getting Tom Arnold.
Yeah. Do you have a press conference if you're the guy that started the fight?
I mean, he's saying allegedly he didn't start the fight.
Yeah.
He shows up to this
didn't
Emmy
start.
pre-party thing on Sunday night.
Yeah.
He's walking up the steps and he sees Burnett, and as he's getting closer, Burnett gets in his face and chokes him.
Yeah.
And then people start pulling him apart.
Look at that. He grabbed my windpipe hard. Maybe it was
Yeah.
something he learned in the UK Special Forces.
Was he in the UK Special Forces?
I guess.
That's
what
apparently.
he said. He said it was like a kung fu grip.
Yes.
Holy moly.
Dude. And so he got hurt, and then
Yeah.
Burnett's wife said this is the bruise, but he says no, she was nowhere near it.
Okay.
And then
Oh, I see.
Then he had Arnold said he had a lot of support at the
Yeah.
party. People are like, "I'm with you. I'm with you."
Yeah, because
because of what
nobody
he's
in
told.
Hollywood likes Trump.
Here's the thing. So what they say is that the one they say that they're accusing him of just doing a promotional stunt for his new show to get promotion on it. But the only thing that for me is, why do you say like ask Kevin? If Kevin Bacon's a producer on the show, then I don't believe him. But Kevin Bacon and his daughter are there. Like, talk to Kevin Bacon and his daughter and see.
Did Kevin Bacon say anything?
Yeah, not yet. But I mean, that's crazy.
Talking about being inside the 6 degrees with Kevin Bacon. He's
Yeah,
right
there
there,
you go.
seeing the throat rip and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys
What
are
are those
welcome.
things called again?
Fog
Air horns.
Air horns.
Air horns.
Foghorns, air horns. Thank you.
Laser horns?
That one. What happened to that one? Just shit out. Good. Nice. Now the other thing that I wanted to talk
Did you
to
ever
you
notice
guys
how
about.
Tom Arnold talks? Sorry, real quick, because he already talks kind of like he's winded. Like,
Yeah.
So windpipe's important in his life.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
true.
It's important. We had him on.
You should've told Mark
we did
that.
an episode of Schmoes with him before we were on Toad Hop. We did a full hour because him and Bonnie are pretty close, and so they did a show together. And it was Bonnie was on the show for a little bit, but it was me and Mark and Tom Arnold. We sat down. He was a very nice guy, very
Yeah,
cool.
he's always been great to
He was great.
comics
So-
and everybody at stores and
I don't
Pop
know.
Factory.
I don't know. I don't know what the fans think. What do you guys think? Who's
Where is this show? His
on,
show.
it'll be on Viceland is what they said.
Oh, Viceland.
Yeah.
Got it.
But the Emmys. Did you guys? I heard it stunk for the most part.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's first of all, it's on a Monday night. It's not during award season. Nobody really cares about it.
Why on Monday?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's kind of always been there. Sometimes on a Sunday, sometimes on a Monday. I don't know. They made so many references to it being like the 70th Emmys.
Yeah.
There was a couple funny bits. I thought that Che and Jost the entire show was one big political statement about diversity, and the jokes just got old after a while.
Yeah.
It was like, and as soon as a white person won, you could every time Colin Jost and Michael Che went up like, well, another white person won. I guess diversity isn't solved. It's like, okay, we get it. The diversity is the thing, and everybody's talking about it. But like, you can't short the winners for the hard work that they did. You can't. I don't know. It got really old really quick, and Tiffany Haddish not being able to pronounce Rachel Brosnahan's name and making a joke about it is it's just these people have worked hard to get to this point, and to mispronounce their name on a national stage. She was like, winner Rachel Brosnahan, and tried to make a joke about it. I'm sure you can find it.
Try to find that.
I think there's a couple of difficult things going on here because number one, exactly what Josh said, but number two, it's like my Grammy called me. She waits for the Emmys all year, every year. She's 91 years old. She's watched every single Emmy that ever was.
Right.
She loves the Emmys. And she said, I don't know 90% of the shows anymore because she watches so much TV. But even Josh or myself who watch I don't know,
lot.
40 hours a week, you can't have seen everything. So it's not as fun because you don't back all the horses. So even when somebody wins, for most people, I happen to watch all of the shows that were winners. But for most people, it's like, great.
Yeah,
Way to go,
I
Bear.
don't watch The
no,
Americans. Should I watch it? I don't watch this.
Right.
Should I watch? My
Yeah.
mom said that to me about 9
it's
different
funny
shows.
you say that too, because that was the initial, not issue. There was an issue or concern we had about the former iteration of TV Talk.
Yes.
was that when you had the show and you were just reviewing shows all the time, it's like if I'm tuning into that, I don't know what show they're talking
Right.
about. That's why I went by kind of zipping more towards casting and news and less recaps. It's like that to me is more. You can. If I have that in my head of maybe I should watch that, what is it about?
Right.
More, and I think they don't do that well on the Emmys. Like last night, they were just. It was more like same thing with my wife. She's like, "What are all these shows?" Although my wife says to me last night, I told you so. My wife goes, "I always ask you about all these shows that we should be watching, and you don't, and we never have new shows to watch." And I was like, "Okay, so Barry." Yeah, what about Barry? I asked you if you wanted to watch it. You don't want to watch it. You said it was too dark. Which one's that? It's about a hitman. Oh yeah, too dark.
It's,
All
a,
right.
it's a
And
comedy.
then
though.
I go. It's
amazing.
And then I was like, well, we tried to watch The Crown. You bailed
That
after
show
two.
sucked.
You 2 episodes.
No, it didn't.
Then
It was
and
not
the
great.
other was Westworld. I know you hate it. She
I like
She
that.
bailed off of Westworld.
It's the
This
worst
is
show ever.
exactly
It's a
what
good
I
show.
deal with,
You're-
by the
you're
way.
She
wrong.
bails on everything. She bails
I
on
mean,
everything.
why aren't we watching this?
I know.
I asked, do you want to watch
Bails
it?
on everything.
Right.
Ozark though.
Always
Great
forgets.
show.
Ozark though, she's talking. That's
Fantastic.
fucking dark, but she loves that show. So we're only 2 episodes away from that.
Holy shit, I almost finished last night.
Don't say that.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
That's the one that because it's not. We watched 2 episodes
Great show.
and she couldn't get
They
into
want
it.
everything.
She couldn't get into it, so we're gonna try to go back and watch it again. The other, the Handmaid's
Handmaid's Tale?
Tale, same thing. Whatever, the Handmaid's Tale. Try to do
Yeah,
it.
why is everything
She
it's
bailed.
handmaiden?
I don't know. It just sounds right.
I
But
couldn't
anyway,
get-
so
after the
just
first
one.
season, I can't watch that show
It's the best
again.
show on TV. The
so-
fact that it was pretty much shut out is a disgrace.
I heard
that's
that the
Angela
season,
Bassett.
I heard season 2 was horrendous.
It was-
Well, that's
it
Angela
was
Bassett that
better
did
than
it.
season
This says
one, for
Angela
sure.
Bassett.
Yeah, I actually thought it was
says
Angela Bassett that
co-presented.
said it.
Oh, it said co-presented.
Tiffany Haddish was standing next to her, but I thought Angela Bassett was the one who said it. But both of them were standing there going like,
Brosnan.
and they
So
both
here you go.
started
Tiffany
like,
Haddish has been known to butcher the pronunciation of a few of her celebrities' names, but at the 2018 awards, it was her co-presenter.
yeah, I thought.
Oh,
So
so
it wasn't.
I heard them both say it
That's
then.
what
fine.
I thought that too, but then I was like, I must have heard wrong. It was kind of confusing.
It was just like a
They
slap
were-
in the face.
But I also thought that it didn't make sense. They were like, Tiffany was like,
It's not an open mic.
Or Angela was like, "You've had a great year, Tiffany," and Tiffany was like, "You're also amazing." Anyway, the winners are. It was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, the whole thing, the presentation in general seemed a little weird from what I saw. I
They
didn't get. I
read the
can't.
announcers, then they get the presenters. The presenters don't say
Yeah.
the names, and they see like a kind of
They're
a
trying to
deep-
move faster.
I guess it still went 3
Wait, so
solid plus
so
hours.
what happened at the end there, where it was just the names and no more presenters, and they were like made a joke about who they had to present that weren't there? Did they have to cut a lot of people?
No, those were total jokes. They said Airbud
No,
at
no.
one point.
Obviously,
Airbud?
those.
Nice.
No.
Obviously, those were
the
jokes.
dog from Frasier.
Yeah.
Obviously, those were jokes,
Same
but I
dog?
think that there were still people who were supposed to present that were cut.
No.
There's on the last 5 ones do we have nobody presenting,
What do you mean on the last 5
or
ones?
last 2 or 3?
Listen, this is all very
You know what I'm
confusing.
talking about?
But, I mean, they still brought. It was real quick.
There was nobody there. They just made the announcement. Okay, this is this, and then that, and this is this, and then that.
Well, nobody
There were
showed.
still
No, so
presenters.
they either showed up, they didn't show up. But the full recap is coming.
Yes.
And it's going to be on today.
I can't believe. Never mind.
It's going to be on today.
Yeah, today. It'll
All
be
right.
up this afternoon.
It'll be on the
What?
podcast channel.
Nothing.
It'll be on the podcast feed.
Yes.
So on YouTube, obviously, and on Apple Podcasts or Podcast One. So check that out. Now, I do actually. I'm going to go to our. What time is it right now?
Game
10:45.
time.
I was going to get into. I want to spend more time with Captain Marvel, so I think we'll do it at 11 o'clock because just having 10 minutes isn't enough. So there's one other thing I was going to talk about with Reilly because it's pretty funny. On
Oh God.
so my buddy Brian Nash, right? I saw on his Facebook
Nash
page.
Vegas.
Yeah, he had posted this thing about. I saw a sonogram with two
Oh,
twins
the
in it,
twins
right?
thing.
I texted you about this.
And
Crazy.
I see it, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm reading. This kid's my age. I'm like, he's having 2 twins, and I read the whole thing at the very end, and it just says, "Hey, listen, I don't know who the parents are, but copy and paste this to freak everyone else out too." And I'm like, all right, I'm game. So I did it. Oh, what a shitstorm! Because the whole point was to it's social experiment, right? I want to see like who's going to read this whole thing all the way through.
Yeah.
And if you read the comments on my Instagram post, half of them were like, "Congratulations!" Katie Sackhoff. I still think is pissed off at me. Yeah. I still think she's mad at me. She texted me. She's like, "Congrats, dude!" And I'm like, "No, I got to read the whole thing." She's like, "Wait, it was a joke?" And then I was like, "Yeah, haha." Yeah. No response.
Nothing.
No, I think she's mad at me. And then
Human life is not a laughing matter, Kristian.
I thought it was a funny joke.
Did you not get the joke there, Kristian?
What did she say?
Human life is not a joking matter. It's coming from the human eater over here.
I see what you're saying.
Thanks for understanding my humor, man.
Yeah, I know.
Old flesh eater over here.
Oh yeah.
But I got all these texts. I got my favorite ones were then Bonnie posted it, right, and then my mother-in-law, bless her, she writes to Bonnie, "Congratulations, can't believe it's happening."
After already seeing it on yours?
No, then writes on mine.
Oh.
Is this April Fool's? And then I see her the same night that we're talking about the same night we're talking about the Gilligan's Island thing.
Yeah.
And she goes, "So Bonnie's not having twins?" And I go, "But you wrote on mine. You saw that yeah, but I saw the same thing posted." And I'm like, I didn't understand what was going on, so I just bailed on it. But like,
So you still don't know what she thinks?
I don't know what she thinks. I have no idea.
I don't either.
You're about to have 2 cribs.
Someone's going to have twins. It might not be you. It might not be Bonnie, but someone in the world is.
That's
true, Pat.
factual.
That's pretty well said.
And then
She's
Reilly
not
posted the same thing.
Yeah, he posted. How did that go for you?
Oh man, no. It's just stupid. This is such a Reilly right, meaning WRIGHT, my family. This is stuff we do all the time.
But you thought you were going to get your
punk
mom.
each other.
You didn't get your mom.
I didn't get my mom because she's a teacher.
Yeah.
She called me
Read
and
the whole
went,
thing.
"Nice try."
Yeah.
And
What
then
that's not how she said it.
nice. I can't do it. Not right now.
You're in a bad mood today.
No, I'm just tired.
And a bad mood.
And a bad mood because this thing then turned into a shit show. And the social experiment worked because people weren't reading it. Like my sister texted me and she's like, "What is this?" And I go read it, and then she laughs, and then my mom's laughing. I'm on the phone with my mom. Family starts calling, going,
no.
They're pregnant?" And my mom is crying with
Laughter.
tears down her eyes because this is such a thing that we would do to punk
Right.
each other.
Right.
And then Julie's sister got a call
Julie
from
loved
her.
it, right?
Yeah, Julie's laughing her ass off
Right.
too. Her sister is laughing her ass off,
Right.
but then I have friends that were pissed.
Oh, pissed off. Yeah.
And
so
I'm like, you
my
guys,
fr-
you
It's a
guys
weird
read
thing
it.
to be mad about.
I regret everything. Though.
Yeah.
I regret
You
posting
regret it?
I do.
Well,
I pull
you're
it.
too
I
much of a-
pulled it down.
You're a nice person.
Yes, I am.
What
a
are
dick.
people mad
I just
about?
don't have
The
time for
30
this.
seconds that they texted you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I save my jokes for April Fools.
yeah.
Nah.
This was I wanted to get 2 people. I wanted to get my mom
Yeah.
and I wanted to get my dad.
And you didn't get either one of them.
I didn't get my mom.
No.
I did get my dad
Oh, okay.
peripherally because his wife is on Facebook.
Right.
Said something to my dad. My dad then calls my sister. My sister says, "No, it's bullshit."
Right.
And my dad ends it with saying, "I don't get the internet."
All right. Well, there you go.
Well-
That's the story.
Well.
All right. So what we
Really
got from
didn't
that
work,
is
huh?
Riley's a nice person.
What would you do right now, though, if
I
you
had
did
twins?
had twins? If you did, like if Sadie said, "I'm pregnant, we're having twins."
My wife wouldn't say that. My wife would be screaming at the top of her lungs, furious, like, "What in the fuck just
Should be
happened?"
mad?
Oh, right
At
now,
you?
at both of us.
Yeah.
No way. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
First birthday's coming up.
Of the youngest. Yes.
So you'd have 3 under 2
You would
and a
never,
6-year-old.
you would never see
7-year-old.
me. I would have to pack this family up
Yeah.
and live in a cabin in the woods
Yeah.
because that's how I'd be able to afford
Right.
4 fucking kids.
I don't know how you afford a kid. Like, that's
It
insane.
ain't easy in LA.
No.
It is
Oh
not
my
easy.
God, I know.
One of
It
my
is not easy.
one of my
It's
best
crazy.
friends
Kids eat everything.
Yeah.
has a 2-year-old.
Not
Yes,
humans though.
it's the food that's the problem.
I'm not kidding you. It is a big
it's not
portion.
the
Yes.
preschools that you have to like do all the.
Well, no, preschools we don't even have. I mean, right now, the schools, sure, but like, I'm telling you, like your
Food.
When I was living alone, my grocery
budget
bill
was
was
like
like
$20 a week.
$50-$60 a week.
Christian,
whatever
you
it
know
was.
what'll help the food situation?
What?
Eat humans.
Yeah, start cutting off your leg.
Yeah.
I know, but like,
Boom.
Dude,
Cobbster.
wow, we just wrote a horror movie. Like
what I said earlier.
desperate dad looks for food for kids.
or a
starts
biopic
stealing.
after you go to jail.
Florida
That's the
man
sequel to
desperate for
Eat Humans.
food eats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so where were you going? You were going somewhere.
No, my buddy from high school has a 2-year-old and triplets,
Yeah, I mean,
and that are 3
and the
months old.
triplets were
4
an
months old.
accident, right?
Oh yeah.
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 That's the thing.
They
It's
were
a
in an
crapshoot.
accident?
They were driving. And they were the first triplets to ever learn how to drive.
Yeah.
Oh, they put him in the car. What happened?
So what happened was my buddy was naked and his wife was naked, and they accidentally had sex.
They were an accident.
They
They were an accident.
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, tell me about the birds and the bees.
Oh, here you go, Mark. So what happens is
Were any of you guys accidents?
No, I don't think so. No.
No.
Were you?
I was a mistake.
Not my sister.
You
was
were
a total
right. Who was that?
accident.
Cobbster?
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Really?
I wasn't meant to be, but they told me I was a miracle, so that's cool.
Well, that works out.
nice.
You're a miracle. Cobbster.
You're a miracle to
You're a
us,
miracle-
buddy.
You
Oh,
fucker. You
thanks.
took
Just
my
what
life.
every
fiancé was a
millennial needs to be
surprise.
told.
Beyonce was a surprise?
Yeah. My fiance.
Oh, he's
Julie
Beyonce.
was a surprise.
So that's a fucking good surprise.
It's a really
there it
good
is.
surprise.
That's a good surprise. Shit, man. Beyonce was a surprise. Then you start fucking around. Even if you're 50, 60 years old, you have some more kids. You pop out another one like that. They're already loaded for the rest of their lives.
Here we go, another Beyonce. Come on.
Yeah, and, you know. Poor sister. Whatever happened to her
Solange.
sister?
I think if I was pregnant right now with twins,
Would you lose it?
Oh my!
Yeah, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself.
Like I would lose
Yeah.
them.
I know. You yell at. She yells at me when I tell her I'm 2 episodes away from finishing Ozark. She's like, "What's wrong with you? Why do you move so slow?" I'm like, "Are you joking me?
2 kids.
Just wait.
Yeah.
You just wait." But
Oh, but just like where would you put them?
the kids.
Yeah.
You put them in a cardboard box in the garage.
So you know I'm not ready
potty
to
train 'em
parent.
that
Do
way,
you
right?
want to have
Yeah.
kids at all? Ever?
I always thought no. I guess
Be coming
maybe.
around to it.
Yeah, I want to foster kids. Like
Okay.
I would like to have like a 16-year-old little shit for a while.
Oh, that's
And
gonna go
then-
well.
You'd be over that
No
pretty
way.
fast.
But then I think I don't know if I ever want my own. I would like to adopt. Maybe there's so many kids out there. They all need homes.
But you're not a hard no. You're
No, I'm not a
you're
hard
leaning
no.
on
I
the
was
side
a hard
of no.
no for a long time.
Right, but you've changed.
Yeah. Like because it depends how wealthy I end up being. Because
Well,
like if I end up poor as
that
shit,
means nothing. The clock will tick, and you'll either ignore it or
or I won't.
or you won't.
Yeah. But,
That's all it's gonna. Happen.
Yeah, but I'd be totally fine not having my own child out of my vagina or my stomach, however that it happens. And
The
supposed to be
research,
both.
the research is there.
Yeah, it's
Well,
weird.
I didn't know there was going to be science on here, but let me think. I do believe it comes from the vagina.
Well, no, you
Well,
can't.
have a
No,
C-section.
but it's also in the
I was a
stomach.
C-section
But it's in the
baby,
stomach, so
that's
I
why-
understand.
I knew where you were going with that because I've been through both scenarios. Not me personally, obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be junior. But okay, moving on. We're gonna go.
Wow, that was great.
We're going to a break, and when we get back, if you clicked on this show because you wanted to watch Captain Marvel, guess what? You sons of bitches, you get to hear about it at 11 o'clock. Not eating people. Maybe. Who knows? Hello, Collider fans. I'm Kristian Harloff, and you see my stupid name in the background because that's my other show. It's One-on-One with me, Kristian Harloff. What the hell is it? I just sit down and talk to people. I literally just sit down and talk to people about what the hell's going on in their lives and their careers, and it's a long-form interview show. Originally, it aired on Collider Video as far as the YouTube channel goes, but we moved it on over, and it's on the Collider Video podcast, Collider Podcast, on YouTube. Go on over there if you want to see the video and to see the pretty faces that I'm talking to. Had some great guests over the past. And we're going to have a lot more. And there's going to be people that maybe some celebrities or actors and actresses, producers, writers, all that stuff. But there's also a lot of the people that you know around here. I could have Cobbster on there. I could have Jeff Snyder, John Roca, Mark Reilly, Roxy Striar, whoever. And I'm going to find out more about them. Long form, and also go to Apple Podcasts and check out the One-on-One feed with Kristian Harloff. And not only is my show on there, Mark Reilly, the Reilly Roundtable, which is another sit-down, long-form interview show, that's also there. And when Steve Frosty Weintraub talks to Kevin Smith or George Takei, that's going to be on that podcast feed also. So if you're taking a long drive and you like those long-form interviews, pop on the One-on-One with Kristian Harloff, give it a rate, comment, do all that because it helps the show and it makes Podcast One go, hey, you know what? Those people should get ad money.
Oh, hi guys. It's Perry here, and I am going to tell you about The Witching Hour. It is the show that I host along with Collider.com's Haley Fouch. It is in podcast form on the Collider Factory feed, and we also have the video up and running every Tuesday for you right there on the Collider Podcast YouTube channel. We talk about everything horror. We're talking TV, movies, the newest releases. We talk about movies that are celebrating anniversaries. We've even talked about books. It's crazy. If it is scary, we are talking about it on The Witching Hour. We also have so many filmmaker interviews, really cool stuff. It's all coming your way every single Tuesday on The Witching Hour. Check it out. Collider Factory, and the Collider Podcast YouTube channel. Ugh.
Hey, Collider fans, John Roca here. Look that behind me. There it is, Collider Sports. That's right, that is happening right now. We started it a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. We've had some great programming on there already. For those of you that have already watched, thanks so much. We got so much coming down the pike. We're talking about NFL. We're going to talk about NBA. There's plans about NHL. Golf is in the equation now. And, of course, the Premier League show that I host with Jack Hind, that's been in motion for the last couple of weeks. And then an MMA show is on the way from Dennis Zhang, me, and Jay Williams as well. For you might know him from the After Schmo show. What is that thing called? Afterthoughts, that's it, the Afterthought Show. All those things are happening here at Collider. And look, we want to hear from you, so we want you to listen, we want you to watch. If you're a sports fan, even if you're not a sports fan, we might entertain you, teach you something new about a sport that you may not have known much about, or maybe so deep into it that you wanted to learn even more about it. We've got you covered. You can do that. Follow us on iTunes and on YouTube. You can there watch all the shows or listen to all the shows that you want, and then leave us comments and rate the shows as well and review them, and then let us know what other sports you want us to cover. Look, we're not touching rugby. I'll just tell you that right now. That's as far out as we'll go, or cricket. But maybe in the future, if we go Collider worldwide, that's certainly a possibility. But for right now, Collider Sports is there for you. Take a look at it, take a watch, and let us know what you think.
Hey guys, Reilly here, and let me tell you about the Reilly Roundtable. That's right, they gave Reilly his own podcast. The Reilly Roundtable is on its new home, and that is One-on-One with Kristian Harloff on the iTunes feed for Podcast One. It drops every Thursday. The Reilly Roundtable is a little bit about everything. It's about movies and life and movies and everything in between. I like to have on special guests for discussions like Justice League versus Batman v Superman, for discussions about wine tasting, for discussions about UFOs, and everything in between. That's right. The Reilly Roundtable drops on Thursdays on the One-on-One with Kristian Harloff podcast feed, and later on Collider Video's own podcast video network. So check it out every Thursday, the Reilly Roundtable. See you there.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. I like the music, I like the Marvel music. I like what you did there.
Today's Tuesday.
What did I say, Wednesday?
You said Wednesday.
I don't know. Give me a break.
It's very close, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? Something you said yesterday. You talked about how much you love Doctor Strange. Yeah, you didn't like Doctor Strange at all. But I like that movie. I like that movie. I didn't like. It's funny. The first time I saw it, I said I thought it was good, and I watched it. How many times have you seen it?
Twice.
Yeah. See, I liked it the second time, but. What it got me and Reilly thinking about was tomorrow. We were actually going to do this today. We were going to talk about what we thought was the most overrated Marvel movies that have been out so far.
But then what happened? We were talking about cannibalism for too long.
Nope. Then they announced that the Captain Marvel trailer was going to drop. So we're like, you know what?
That'll happen.
It's going to happen, and we'll. Thank you so much, Alex. And then we're going to put. We're going to put. We just figured that'll come out. We'll talk about that and let everybody see it and. See what they think. Now, I want to hear from the fans, obviously, because you guys are in the chat room right now. Hashtag Collider Live. Reilly's checking out the Twitter. And I want to get your initial thoughts on the trailer. Everybody here has seen the trailer, correct?
Yeah.
Trailer dropped today. Now, the thing with this trailer was one of the reasons it's anticipated, and if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War, tough. We're going to be talking about spoilers inside of it, so drop out of the chat room now. When that movie, what happened?
I haven't seen it. Tough. Get the.
I mean, at this point, it's
No,
like,
you're right.
Or stay and don't care.
Yeah, it's like either stay or don't care. It was like, I don't want to hear somebody like, I haven't seen Infinity War yet. It's like tough at this point, because we're coming.
What do you think the amount of months is or amount of weeks is that you?
It depends on different things. Like I still wouldn't spoil stuff in like Breaking Bad. Like if there was stuff that
really.
No, I wouldn't because not on this show. Like if there's certain things that happen in that show that people are catching up to, I wouldn't do that. But because we talk about comic book movies a lot. You know that there's going to be things that we're going to talk about that relate to it.
It's over $2 billion at the box office.
We're assuming that you've seen it. So certain like on Jedi Council, like a week after the movie comes out, we're talking about the movie. Because if you're watching that show, you should see the latest Star Wars movies. But I'm not going to spoil it on, say, this show. Like, there's certain things. But anyway, this trailer comes out. The reason why it's so anticipated is because at the very end of the Avengers Infinity War, the post-credit scene is Nick Fury, right before he disappears. He sends off this text. We see the Captain Marvel symbol, and we're like, well, we know how important this person is going to be, and now. What's the movie? We know it takes place in the 90s, and what a way to open this thing up, dropping right into Blockbuster, right? Yes. So it's like, okay, well, we're in the 90s. Reilly, I want to get your thoughts first on this thing. What are your overall thoughts? You see the movie, you see the images. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, yay, nay?
She looks great.
Yeah.
I love the Blockbuster. I love that we're getting the 90s. Young Nick Fury, young Coulson. This trailer didn't really do it for me.
Okay,
it was
why?
fine.
Why? But why
it was
like
fine. I feel like I've just seen this movie a lot in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, I trust
Thor maybe.
Like Thor.
Like this just.
It looks like a Marvel movie. It looks great.
Which one though? Which Marvel movie?
I mean, a little bit of Guardians, a little bit of Ragnarok, a little bit of but then a little bit of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, you're getting all the flavor in there, which is exactly what you need, right?
Right.
I don't know why. It just was. I was like, cool. That was good.
I
wasn't bored. Right. I was like, cool.
Okay.
It was fine.
You're not excited.
I didn't jump up and jump. I'm excited for the movie.
But you're not excited because of the trailer.
The trailer just. I can't believe I'm saying this. I was a little bit meh.
All right.
I completely agree.
Really?
Yeah.
I see a number of people in the chat room that are kind of feeling the same thing.
It just didn't. I want a trailer to either be so action packed that I can't look away, or something that makes me feel at my core, or some kind of movement from start to finish. You start in one emotional state, you go to another one. I know it's a lot to ask of something that's 2 minutes long, but it's been done a million times before. This was fine. I'm excited about this movie enough, and I think that this did show off a little bit about her character, but nothing to be like, holy crap, I gotta see this.
This is why Marvel is so successful, by the way, because this is the type of expectations everybody has. When they see this trailer, to me, I love this trailer, and I'll tell you why.
Really?
Yes, because the point is, who the hell was Captain Marvel, right, as far as overall? The reason why we're all excited about it is because of the Avengers, the way they set it up, because it's a serialized television show, right? And now we were like, what's this trailer? Because it's not this overwhelming, big, huge thing. We can be a little underwhelmed. But this is also a movie we do not know anything about. And what I know, it's a teaser so far. It's a 2-minute teaser or whatever it is, 2:05.
Yeah, it's a teaser.
And I know now...
It felt like a teaser.
I know she has mystery in her life. I know that there's potential that she
So it's not an official trailer, it's a teaser?
It's like a teaser trailer. It's
I think it's their first trailer, though.
But fine, but 2 minutes is a teaser. I
thought 2 minutes was a trailer.
Yeah.
You can call it a trailer, but what I'm saying is it teases you in the fact it teases you in the fact that you know it's not giving you so much about the story. What it's giving you is images and teasing you in regards to this is someone that comes from another planet, maybe.
It's hard to explain.
Right. Someone who might have been on Earth at one point. I know that. She's a badass. She was a pilot. She had friends. Where are those friends? She's working with Nick Fury. He has both his eyes.
Do you feel like she is a badass in this? You felt like...
I think so.
I think they're hinting at the badassery to come, which I love that last
they're hinting at it.
Yeah.
She punches an old lady. We don't know why she punches the old lady.
Scrolls.
That's what I would think. Cobbster, do you really want to make that bet?
You know what? If the trailer cut it to more comedically as opposed to an action montage, I probably would have. But, I mean, it would be really funny if she is just punching an old lady.
So you don't want
Well,
to...
if she finds out it's not a scroll, maybe that's what's
That's kind of where
happen.
Cobbster's going with
Yeah.
it.
Well, I don't know. I've learned. I know you in bets, and I don't like those odds.
Okay. Well,
Why, are you really good betting man?
I usually win.
He usually wins.
I always lose.
He knows things.
I
No,
know.
I'm kidding.
Everyone
that
should bet
one
me.
I don't know about. It
I
just
know.
looks pretty simple. Pretty simple bet. But that's why I liked the trailer, because I think that now the thing is, for me, now the second one needs to deliver, I think, the way that you guys wanted this one to.
Because I know literally nothing about Captain Marvel.
Well, Brie Larson, I'm a fan of in
love her.
general. Like
She's the best.
images
She
like
is
that.
amazing.
Images like that. Yeah, I like the boot camp. Let me see
Yes.
how she becomes this. Where was she when she was the badass? You know, like how did it work? And what's the dynamic going to be with Sam Jackson? Because we know he's worked with her now in the past, which we're going to see. And that he relies on her. That that's the first phone call you make when shit's going down and people are disappearing in front of you. That's the first person you call. Well, then then I want to see this movie and why. And to me, the core start of the relationship between them has been going. Okay, now what's the story about? So that's why I'm on board.
Did the outfits look Green Lantern to anybody?
Yes, but that's okay. I'm glad you brought that up.
Because I listen, I know I'm in the uber minority. I actually enjoy the Green Lantern
I
movie.
hated that movie.
But besides the Peter Sarsgaard thing, whatever, even though that was the main plot line and he was the main
Here's
villain.
a dong take.
But I had this feeling when she landed in the blockbuster and some of the stuff, it looked a little Green Lantern-y. And I literally know nothing about Captain Marvel. That's why I'm not allowed on Collider mailbag anymore.
I was just going to say.
But
What happened?
I'm not allowed on Collider mailbag. So
I would say now that we could maybe.
I'm not allowed on Collider mailbag.
You got it.
So
Okay.
I just don't know anything. I'm not informed
You drink
enough.
and don't know things.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was a cool
Tyrion?
teaser trailer.
He drinks and knows things.
Yeah.
He drinks and
I
doesn't.
doesn't know things. I doesn't know things. Come on, guys. Not like I knows things. I doesn't know nothing.
Movies are fun.
I
Yeah.
do. I like bad boys. So for me, this trailer, I wanted something more because I don't know anything about this, and I got nothing. It looked a little bit more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. than a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Riley said.
I
Yeah.
think it was a bit too much for the super fans.
Yeah. Listen, you bring up Green Lantern, and it's funny you said it because when I saw there was a trailer that Green Lantern debuted at Comic-Con the year it was coming out, right? And it was a fantastic trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. People were getting excited about the movie. People forget because it ultimately turned into a turd in the wind. And it...
Oh, come on.
Those damn windy turds.
Yeah. In the wind. Thank you. But I remember seeing that trailer, loving the trailer, and then when this came out today, I was like, whoa, this is kind of what I want Green Lantern to be. And there's going to be the Marvel humor jokes. That's fine. That's part of it. But I think for this trailer, it worked for me. Riley, what are they saying in the majority in the comments?
I mean, a majority loved it. Thinks it looks great. I do, and like I said, I did see a few it was kind of generic. I saw a few of those, a few mez, and
Roxy
and where the F is bred.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Nothing about this did not make it look. It's not like I saw this and I was like, this movie's not going to be great.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
like I saw this and was like, this didn't influence my opinion on this film either way at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and people, yelling at us for not liking it. It's like
That's not what I said.
I didn't say I didn't
it's-
like it. I
yeah.
said I
No,
drink
no,
and I don't know
There are
things.
some people where you can't win, right?
Yeah.
I can either be over the moon
I
for
can
this
win.
thing, and
I'll
I'm a
eat them
Disney
all.
Marvel shill, or I can say, hey, I want to see more next time. It just was one of those trailers that didn't get me,
Yeah.
and I have a garbage opinion according to this guy. So it's like
Yeah, that kind of
whatever.
stuff is
That
stupid.
kind of stuff is stupid.
I mean, it's like, 'cause I'm
people
look,
are having fun with it. People are excited.
Good.
A lot of people are like, trailer didn't get me. I have trust in Kevin Feige though,
Right.
and therefore
Same.
I can't wait.
And
And that's exactly what I feel.
And,
Yeah,
right.
same.
You're not saying this looks terrible, you don't want to see the movie.
No,
you just
it
weren't
looks-
excited about it.
That last shot is amazing
And that's-
looking because there she is getting all her powers, and I'm like, this is going. I can't wait for this movie
it's totally
to
fair
see
to
how it's
say.
going to unearth the MCU. Are we
Right.
going to get Skrulls that have been living here for
Right.
years? Is it going to affect Avengers further? There's so much I'm looking forward
well,
to.
I'll tell you the answer. It's definitely going to affect
Yes,
the Avengers. Because
absolutely.
it would be a huge missed opportunity.
No,
Yeah.
but the thing the Skrulls are
Just go straight to voicemail.
will it uncover Avengers like a Hawkeye has been a Skrull the whole time? That's what I'm interested
I
in
see.
the most.
Yeah. Now the other
That's who disappeared. All of
Right,
the
yeah.
scrolls.
Right.
Well,
So there's some
here's
interesting
the question
things.
because I think this movie's going to succeed. I think this movie's going to be really good. Like I said, I'm the only one at the table right now that's excited by the trailer. But what I will say is, I'm just posing the question. I pose this to everyone in the chat room. Let's say on the doomsday scenario, this movie is Marvel's biggest failure. I don't think it will be, but let's say it is. Let's say it's its biggest failure. It doesn't do well. People hate it. How badly does that affect Avengers 4? Because she's going to have a key role in 4. And again,
Well, there's the difference between hating the movie and hating the character.
well, that's what I mean. Though. Let's say the character just doesn't resonate with people and it doesn't work. Like that's the big risk that you get because the difference is like with Ant-Man and all those other movies that came before it.
Ancillary.
But if that movie would have died, if that movie would have tanked, they didn't have to write him into Civil War. They didn't have to. She's already a crucial part in 4. I mean,
I've got a point to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we're bringing up Roxy's favorite movie, Doctor Strange. That movie, I don't hate it as much as Roxy does. I think it's kind of boring, but he's one of the most important aspects in that movie, and he works on all levels.
Well, yeah.
Did Beardo grab that soundbite?
Who works on all
Wait,
levels?
what do you mean though?
No, I'm just saying, like even though, like, how I don't know how Doctor Strange did box office wise,
did
but
good.
it did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
it did
all right.
okay.
So even if it did like, you fucker. No, Brian's doing stuff to me. He's messing me up. But I'm just saying, like even if it wasn't like the best Marvel movie of all time, and it was just okay.
Let's say it tanked.
Let's
Right.
say it did tank.
Right.
I think they've got a good handle on things because that was the same thing with Doctor Strange. I didn't care for that movie, but I was so excited to see him in Infinity War.
No, but
and I think it could
my
be the
point
same
with
thing.
that,
He kicked ass in Infinity War.
right? But that's my point,
That's-
though.
yes, exactly.
My point is, if that movie would have bombed and people wouldn't have responded to that
Second
character the same
Infinity
way, would he have even had a role in Infinity Wars? Because that movie came out 2-3 years beforehand, and the fans responded to him. The movie did well. Let's write him into it. Because the problem is, if that movie would have bombed, Doctor Strange, right?
I think there are ways to avoid using her as not at all because we have to use her, but I think we could minimize it.
Yeah, if it's not good,
Yeah.
you say, well, but I think they already started shooting. That's the difference.
Yeah,
though.
but there will be time to course correct. I think.
I don't think so. The movie comes out in March.
They can't,
You don't think that they'll be able to?
I think it's pivotal. It's already pivotal, and they already set it up in the last one. Look, I think
Avengers 4 comes out in March?
No.
No, May.
Captain Marvel
May.
does, and then
Yeah.
Infinity War comes out in May. That's
Yeah,
not enough time.
I think this is a moot point.
Yeah,
because
but I think don't you think they're going to screen it way before then? They're going to start to see whether her character works.
the movie comes out in March. So like, let's say
I'm not saying
to human.
fully, but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
you can make sure that like you course correct a little bit.
how though, because they've already set up by the end of the last Avengers that she's pivotal, right?
Right.
And
But we
there's-
don't even know how big of a role. We know
I
that
think
she
it's
has
pretty big.
a big role, but we don't know. And there's so many of them too. How much screen time can any of them really get?
I don't know. I think that she's going to be the one that's coming down to help. But again, like I said, I think it's a moot point. I think it's going to.
I think she's gonna rock, and
yeah,
she's not gonna
and
rock.
even if because she's a good enough
She's so
actress,
good.
she's really good. So
She is amazing.
are the fans screaming and yelling at the possibility of that, or are they actually lending some criticism to it?
No, the chat's pretty good right now.
Okay.
There, a lot of people
I just wanna say
are
Macuga
hovering on
don't
Doctor
disrespect.
Strange, having
What
not
is-
seen.
what is-
Some have not seen it. Some.
Guys, turn your mics off. What's going on there?
Sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt.
My
Dorian
bad.
just came in hot.
My bad.
Well, what?
I didn't mean to interrupt.
What'd he
We were
say?
going to introduce him.
Disrespect,
But then,
Agent of Shield, Macuga. That's a good show, and I think it's too late to Roxy was saying. It's too late to
Course correct.
Course correct because I think Captain Marvel, I think they haven't confirmed it, but I think she draws her powers from the quantum realm. So I think that's going to play a big part in the
Ooh,
I
back
do
half
too.
of Phase 4. So
I
don't
like
think
that.
there's any course
These are the
correct.
reasons I'm not on Collider Mailbag.
Yeah, well,
Thanks,
Dorian, what did you think of the trailer overall?
Oh, I love the trailer.
You loved it. Okay.
You got a young Nick Fury, young Col- I am a shill, but I really did love it. We got a young Nick Coulson. Young Nick Fury, Clark Gregg, Phil Coulson. Hopefully they tease Ming Na because she's on Agents of Shield
Right.
too, and she was partners with Coulson. So
What do
I
you
hope we
think?
get to
What
see
do you
that
think
too.
about my question
That's
that I
Mulan,
posed though?
right?
I know.
Ming Na Wen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about the question I posed though? That if this movie doesn't do well and it happens to be Marvel's biggest failure, how badly does that hurt Avengers 4?
I don't think it'll hurt it at all. Like Cobbster made a good point. Doctor Strange. I love Doctor Strange personally, but some people personally, because of the whitewashing with the Ancient One, they weren't a big fan of it. But
That's not my
But it was
problem
just-
with
you
it.
take him out of that. You take him out of that movie, and he was probably one of the best parts of Infinity War with the action scenes.
Yeah,
and
but I'll make
Why
the
don't you
sa-
bring him
but-
to sit
but
right
I'm-
there or something?
Yeah, he should. You should have come in here.
All right.
But but my
Bring Mike.
All right.
My point with that again, same thing with Cobbster, is that Doctor Strange made money. It doesn't matter. There was the thing with the whitewash. It made money.
Suicide Squad made money.
But they're not part of an overall arc. There's a different thing.
Kind of are.
You're arguing whether the movie was good. That's tomorrow's conversation. I'm talking about in regards to what he said. The reason why I don't agree with that is because if Doctor Strange didn't make money, because it doesn't
Then
matter.
he wouldn't have been involved as much.
I don't. If
He would have
people
been because they shot him, right? Is
No,
that
no,
right?
no.
Oh, no,
They
no,
shot
you're
Doctor
right.
Strange first.
Way before
Right.
Infinity
So
War.
what I'm saying is, if people didn't like the character of Doctor Strange, yeah, there was some backlash on that, but it made money. So if that movie, if people wouldn't have liked him, you wouldn't have seen him in Avengers. So we wouldn't even be talking about. Well, he was still good.
You don't think he would have been in the movie at all?
He would have probably been in a portion of it, but not as much. Because the thing is, that movie, because it did do well, it tied into a lot of the stuff that happens in Avengers is stuff that you would have to see Doctor Strange with to fully understand the capacity of his powers.
Yes.
The relationship he had with what's his
Ancient One?
No, what's his buddy?
His buddy. The chub.
Wong. So
I liked him.
Yeah, so that whole thing, I knew their dynamic so well from the movie that it added so much to it. If that movie would have bombed and nobody's, well, who the hell are these guys?
Here's
what are
the
they
thing:
talking
it
about?
didn't bomb. It didn't bomb, nor did it crush. It was just there.
What did it
right?
do?
So there was.
Look it up.
I'm not asking about money. I'm just saying for fans, people either liked it, they were just like meh, right? There wasn't any.
Did $232 million. It crushed.
Yeah.
It
Same.
did well.
$677 million
It made
worldwide.
it made a lot of
That's
money.
a lot. That's a lot of
and the
money.
reviews were big.
They were fine. That's the thing is it was like there wasn't any passion behind it of hatred like there
It
was
made
for
more
like.
than Ant-Man. That's stupid.
Look, when you hear about like
That's
other movies,
fucking
it's like
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Both Ant-Man
I-
and Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Ugh, that movie was so bland.
All right.
which one?
Doctor Strange. She hates it.
Strange, yeah.
I think that there's literally 0% chance that people don't like Captain Marvel's character. 0%.
I happen to agree with you. I'm just
So
posing
I think that
a
people might
question.
not like the movie, but it's like I don't think that Marvel's even questioning that.
I think you're 100% right. It's always fascinating to me, like how much confidence that they do have because it's a big business. It's a big business. So
Also,
like,
too, is like okay, let's just say I'm sure they have the Captain Marvel script pretty much done during, if not before, the filming of Infinity War, right? Or it's close, and they are really excited about this script, and they say, this is how we're going to tie Captain Marvel and Infinity War. That we love the script so much, we're so excited. Brie Larson. I don't think that Kevin Feige is so calculated. I don't think he'd have made that move without thinking about. Well, we have the script, we all love it, we love the character. Yada, yada, yada.
I agree. I mean, again, I'm just posing the question to where when you think about this, like
I like the question.
because look at Solo. Like Solo to me, it's Star Wars before Solo. You couldn't
miss.
I made the prediction on Jedi Council that Solo would be the first, disappointment.
You're talking about financially?
Yes, and the fans lit me up for it because, to be fair, it was unquestioned. It's never happened before.
Right.
Like a Star Wars movie bombing, and they didn't take into consideration. And when they did, their whole plan changed.
Right.
Their whole plan changed, and it's very different because Marvel, like I said, the reason why they're so successful, they have this overall narrative that goes, this is where we need to get to. So even similar to a television show, right? If you have a bad episode, it's not going to affect the arc.
Right.
And in Star Wars, there was no arc. So it was just like, Solo, not that good. Well, no more Obi-Wan movie.
Right.
We'll figure something else out.
Right.
And I think that's why Marvel, even if it bombs, which it won't, even if it does, they'll still
And that's why Rogue One did better because Rogue One tied into the original trilogy. That's all.
Yeah,
I think Kevin, the team behind Marvel, and they all have confidence in the movie, especially if you're putting it right in, after Infinity War and before Avengers 4. Is like people are waiting for this.
Right.
Like if you're going to put it in between those two big of a movies,
It's crucial.
like
Yeah, it's crucial.
It's going to have to play a big part. Like especially what I said, quantum realm, and I think that's where she's going to draw her powers from, and hopefully she'll I think that's where they'll leave it off. Her post credit scene, something her in the quantum realm taking on scrolls and stuff, and then she maybe bumps into Scott, and then that's how they get out of they get out of there.
There's something big that's going to happen that they're setting up with Captain Marvel, and it does, I think, have to do with the scrolls. I love this quantum realm stuff because that will tie in.
Well, that's why I like
That's why
where
I'm
Ant-Man's lost
really
his
excited
right now.
Yeah, but that's why I like the trailer so much because the trailer to me said, okay, well, I'm understanding who this woman is. I'm understanding that she's just where's she coming from? I'm going to learn about her history. I'm going to learn how she got there. The one thing that I think is similar to, I agree with you guys too. It reminds me a little bit of Peter Quill, to where it's like he tried to figure out like who he was. He was an Earthling. Where did he come from? But when you have these many characters and this much going on, you're going to hit similarities. I mean, you got similarities.
DGAF about that.
You know what, though?
How many villains want to take out half the universe for one reason or another, just like Thanos does? All of them.
Yeah.
All of them have their own reasons. All of them are whatever.
See, I think
And this is why I
Thanos
like
had a
this-
different reason though.
But the scrolls are doing it sneaky.
Yeah,
this is if we keep going back to it because they're hiding among us.
Thanos
and I
is a
think
very-
they're patient. I mean, if this is set in the '90s and the scrolls are there.
Yeah.
What does that fucking mean now for Avengers 4 when Thanos is finally taken care of? Is that where it's like all the Avengers are taxed and
Right.
people, we lose it, and that's the Skrulls using their, okay, now's the time we strike, and it's like, sets up a whole new phase.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I like that. I liked Thanos as a villain. I thought he was actually pretty different. I think he was layered.
I loved him.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that I didn't. I just think there's only so many motivations for things in life. Whenever you're talking to people, there's like 5 motivations somebody can have.
Well, I want to take over the galaxy is definitely something most villains want, right? But I think that
But also, I'm doing it for the greater good is something that most villains feel.
See, I think it was a different thing for why the cleansing of the mass murders actually cleansed and helped population and things of that nature like that. It was.
That's basically what Ares wants to do in Wonder Woman. cleansing.
It's what Steppenwolf wants to do in Justice League. Or whatever his name is.
Steven Steppenwolf.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I want
That's
to
That's
cleanse.
JT. Stephen. JT
What do you
called
call
him Stephen Wolf.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That
Stephen
scary
Wolf.
Stephen Wolf
Yeah.
guy.
But I think
so,
they're purposely changing Captain Marvel's origin from the comic books just because they don't want it to seem similar to like a Green Lantern
Yeah.
type story.
Cool. Yeah, because it felt that way, and I'm a big Green Lantern fan, so I wanted to actually see. I wanted to see a good. I still want to see a good Green Lantern movie.
I would love to see a Green Lantern on Netflix or Amazon. Even though Netflix has their Marvel universe, I would love to see a Green Lantern on Amazon or
Put
Hulu
it
or
on the
something.
DC.
Yeah.
It's DC as their streaming service now, and
I just don't know if they have that
movie.
budget.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing I mean, I think they do have the budget.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
$8 a month that you can get. I mean, again, so this is the show that Clark Wolf's on, Tiffany Smith, Hector Navarro, Sam Levine, and we just talked about it yesterday. Actually, you can, and I believe you can get the link in the description of this video, perhaps. But you can. It's a bunch of digital comics, all their movies.
But
They're
then
gonna
the
have new
money that they're
streaming.
putting into
Yeah.
the Harley Quinn new show,
Yep.
Swamp Thing, which is going to be rated R, and like it seems like they're sinking tons of money into
Give me a
it.
Green Lantern show. That'd be great.
Same
Yeah.
thing with Titans, Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol, I was going to say. Is the other
Is
one.
that Paw Patrol or something else?
A little similar.
Yeah, kids love that Paw Patrol. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Didn't
Thank
somebody
you.
make that joke on the Emmys last night?
Dad joke.
Paw Patrol?
Yes. Yeah, somebody said I don't
Oh,
watch this.
it was John. It was Oliver.
Yeah. My kids hate my show. They like Paw Patrol.
Probably it's true. That's where the conversation. My kid, he's not lying. My
No.
kids, my daughter still loves that show.
Yeah.
She started watching when she was 4. I can sing you the whole song, and we should play that song later. Paw Patrol theme song.
I've
You're
never
welcome.
seen an episode.
No, really? Yeah, I'm shocked.
Really?
I've had to watch multiple with my nieces.
I think
and
I would have
nephews.
watched Paw Patrol if I didn't have a kid.
Oh, I watched all those stuff for years until I was like
There you go.
years.
There's the song. Yeah.
Ugh.
What channel's it on?
Nickelodeon, I believe.
Oh,
Team of Pups. I know the whole words, right? Rubble, Chase, Rocky, Zuma, Sky. Yeah. Wait. Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, good.
I see what
And
they're
also
doing.
sad for you.
Good, right?
It's no back to school, but
Sure. Paw Patrol. We're on a roll. There you go. Dorian, you ever watch Paw Patrol?
I have not watched Paw Patrol.
The guy that created Paw Patrol is just living in a mansion.
Oh, easily.
Is that true?
Cody, Cody, you
the
ever?
Is it like
just toys.
related to something? Is it like Dragon Tales, Teletubbies? Like how big are we
It's
talking?
big.
All right,
It's
I gotta
pretty
get
big.
back to work.
It's gigantic.
Just want
This
to
is
get-
work.
good man.
That is true.
This is work.
All right, let me go get my laptop then. I'll
That's
be
fine.
right back.
All right. Yeah. See. Yeah. See. That's
He's an
feel
easy
like we
sell.
just-
Dorian's an easy sell.
Yeah.
We
Well,
just,
Dorian likes Live. He likes to hang out on it.
Is that true?
Yeah. He got scared
What, is
at
that a
first.
slight at me? Just because I like to hang out here.
What do you mean?
Why wouldn't I say you
You,
here? every
you
day?
like
Why
looked
would
at me.
I
You're
say
like Dorian likes to hang out.
I don't even think I was looking at you. I think I was looking at the Darth Vader post. Yeah.
Dorian's mom liked it too. I heard.
He's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a fan.
Yeah. She was good. Well, I think that is Mama Sheridan coming on the show?
No effing way.
She's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still
Isn't he
trying
going
to
to
work it
Greece
out.
or something?
No. So listen to this. So Brett, this is a bummer.
Yeah.
So we got Jack had Jack English, as I call him. We
No, releasing to Johnny English. Played by Rowan Atkinson.
Jack English, and Brett lovingly refers to him. How does Brett refer to him?
What's up, you English fuck?
Yeah. And so Jack had sent me this thing. Said, "Listen, we want to send somebody to Greece for Mamma Mia 2, the Blu-ray." And I go, Brett, absolutely, Brett, you got to send him. And then Brett had, I called him and I was like, he probably not going to go. It's supposed to be for this Monday that just passed. I go, he's not going to be able to do it. So I called him. He's like, let me try to get my passport. And I was like, whoa. So he rushed. He'll tell the story tomorrow, but like he rushed, got the passport, and then the last
got it?
He got it. He got it. He was ready to go.
That's like 700 extra bucks.
I know. He whatever it is, he's gonna get reimbursed for it. But like he rushed his ass off to get it, and then Universal goes, "Nah, we wanted someone from the website to cover it." And we're like, come on, the website's not available. They don't understand who Brett Sheridan is and what the gold you would have gotten, the promotion you would have got for that Blu-ray.
Do you even know who I am, you little fucker?
That's the point, Brett.
I mean, nobody wanted to see the second one anyway. And then
It was so good.
Did you love it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I wanted
You liked
Brett.
it?
I loved it. I wanted Brett to go so bad to
interview,
this.
and he would have
Like,
interviewed Lily James in
I
Greece. It would have been
know.
amazing.
I was
Brett in
so
Greece?
heartbroken.
He was bummed. He was really bummed. And I don't blame him.
I
He
was
rushed
bummed
it.
what was
for him.
good about it?
Everything.
Did you see it?
Could you explain yourself?
It's a musical.
Like,
You'd hate
quit
it.
just cutting me off and just give
You
me
don't
a
like
reason.
musicals?
No, they're the worst.
I'm not cutting you off.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm
Like,
not.
it's worse. Here's a dong take.
I didn't cut you off. I'm being
Wh-
short with
Why
you.
is it good? Tell me why it's good.
I think it's good because I like the music. I think that Lily James is awesome. I thought that I liked Meryl Streep's small cameo. I thought that it was interesting. I liked it. It was
So
fun.
what's the plot?
Cher,
This is
Cher's
like watching
amazing.
Tucker Carlson and the porn lawyer.
Yeah. What's the plot?
Cher's epic. You want me to
I don't
describe
want
the
Yeah,
plot?
give it to me. Give
Okay.
me 10 seconds of plot.
So she's pretty heartbroken, and she needs to be in Greece because she's having issues with her boyfriend. And the inner song
done.
comes out of
No,
her,
that's
and her
it.
friends come to see her,
it.
just like
You
her
know
mom.
Amanda's
And
gonna
there's
make
so
you
many
watch this now.
parallels and mirrors.
it?
to
You know
it.
Amanda's gonna
You
make you
never
watch this.
saw it.
No.
They're fighting against it. You didn't fucking see it.
He said that in the
Not.
beginning.
I
He didn't
told
see
you I
it.
didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see it. I needed a better pitch than
Wait,
she
I
goes
want
to
you to
Greece
close
because
I did
her
not
she
pitch
had
Hold on a
it
a
to you. I
second.
thought you
Hold on
were
a second.
confused by the plot.
I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And I want you
Dumb. That is
just,
fucking dumb.
I just want you to listen for a second. Close your eyes and think of the beauty and the magic. Go ahead, guys. Perfect. Ready? There you go. You're in Greece. You're with Brett. You're walking down the beach.
Oh, God.
Come on, come on. Come on. What's worse, the horror movie? Put it on.
This is worse than the horror
Come on,
movie.
put it on. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. That's-
Singing
try-
about stuff
Try
we're
to sing
doing,
along.
that's
Try
what
to sing
music
along
You don't
with
like
it.
ABBA?
No. What? No.
I'm
All right,
stopping.
turn it up.
Dancing
You
Queen.
guys don't like ABBA?
No.
I don't mind.
No.
Listen,
Are you kidding?
what are you getting so offended about?
Well, I just don't understand. This is like a.
Listen,
this is
I can write a
dong
musical.
take.
Oh.
I can write, if you give me a week, I could write a musical with the same lyrics as that and just get a better composer, and it would be the same
Here's
thing.
a week. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Done
Will
and
you
done.
watch it? What would you?
I'm walking down a beach while people are dancing and my heart's broken.
Okay, well,
and
so
that's
you-
how it works.
So you
That's
do
how
think their tune is
musicals work.
catchy?
That's how we work.
You think their tune is catchy?
It's so they're
Because
dumb.
you just took
They're
it for your
stupid.
song.
It's so stupid.
You took
do-
your catchy tune for your song.
All right, you guys are
Sorry.
heated. I like
Sorry,
it, but
yeah.
let's. What I want to do though is make sure
you.
if you
you too, man.
but take your time because if you scream over each other, no one knows what's happening.
Well,
It
that's the
sounds like
best
a
part
tin
of an
can.
argument. Is
Mamma mia. Yeah.
Yeah, just take
That's
your
true,
time.
especially on the mic. It is
Yeah.
good when we yell over each
All
other.
right, well, you guys are both lunatics.
What was it after the first show? Kristian was like, "Oh God, I got to work on you and Macuga talking over each other."
Note
all right.
and note and
We're
note
not-
and note
and we're not
note
there
and
yet.
note
Yeah,
and
no,
note and
we're
note
not
and
there
note
yet.
and
Yeah.
note and note.
All right,
So you want to take
we're gonna move
their
on.
tune?
We're gonna move on from Mamma Mia, and we're gonna get to. I want to get to some
You want
Twitter.
to go again?
What's that? Where do you want to? Twitter conversations. I want to hashtag. Thank you. Hashtag
Sorry for
Collider
talking over
Live.
you, Christian.
Blessed.
Hashtag Collider Live. And also get some of the comments in the YouTube chat. And let's get some phone calls.
I'm not sorry.
Phone call it up. Anything you want to talk about, let's do that. If you want to talk about some Captain Marvel stuff, great. If you want to talk about anything else that we talked about on the show or something else you want us to go down the rabbit hole, go ahead and call in or tweet it on out. Reilly, take the live chat, take Twitter. Where do you want to go first?
Oh God.
Are there questions you hope people ask that they don't?
No, not necessarily. I mean, it's just
Has there ever been one? You're like, I'm hoping they ask this, but
Yeah, I mean, it's the point of the show is that they can
Ask whatever they want.
whatever they want, whatever road you want us to go down. You want movies, you want to talk about
eating people?
plane rides, whatever you want to do. All right, there you go. Hey, you're at Collider Live. Who do we got?
Cool.
Hello.
This is Kyle from Cypress, Texas, or San Marcos. Now.
What's up, man? What do you
Hi,
got?
Kyle.
I had a question for Roxy.
Hey,
Sure.
man, what's up?
What is it like working with so many old people?
Perfect. Thank you, Kyle. Great question.
It's a really,
It's
really
great
good
question.
one. You
It's
know,
really
it's
tough.
just
It's
very
well thought out.
taxing. It's really hard as I have to carry them all
Yeah,
around.
it's so brave.
It's
Cody's
just-
pretty old.
I am very, very brave. Although I will say that somebody, two people this week stopped me and asked me where I was studying, where I went to school, because I think I look like I'm younger than I even am.
Oh.
Yeah, Roxy,
So,
fight on.
You
Where
know,
did you study?
I'll take that brief second to brag.
It's a
Thanks, man.
Really well thought out question.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely worth
Good job,
it.
Kyle. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kyle.
I love you, Kyle.
Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Haroon Taylor from California.
What's
Hi,
up, buddy?
Arun.
How are you? What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to get your thoughts on some of the winners from last night's Emmys,
Sure.
like Game of Thrones taking home Best Drama, and
You got
some of the other ones.
If you want to see all the thoughts on the Emmys, just go to the Collider TV Talk podcast feed or the Collider podcast feed.
Yeah.
See a full Emmys breakdown with myself, Thad Williams, and Roxy Striar. We'll do the whole thing then.
The only thing I'll address is the Game of Thrones thing because like when the drama category came up, there were a few shows on there, and then This Is Us pops up. It's my wife's favorite show. So she's like ready to go. I'm like, come on, Game of Thrones, give me that third win. And then they did, and she's like, come on, you didn't even watch the show.
I personally thought that there was going to be a lot of different winners that were going on because I was picking certain things based on how I thought the climate politically was going to be. I think I was like 50-50. I don't think I was very good.
Bill Hader, Henry Winkler for the win.
I picked Henry Winkler.
Was he great on the show?
He was amazing. He's fantastic. I was very happy that Game of Thrones won because I thought that they might give it to the Americans as like a swan song, like thanks for 6 amazing seasons of TV that only like 9 people watched.
The Americans deserved it over Game of Thrones.
I think the best dramas of the year were definitely The Americans and Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So it would have been a tough toss up there, but
yeah, you can't. Nobody can say that Game of Thrones didn't deserve it because Game of Thrones is amazing. But The Americans, I mean.
The finale of The Americans might be top 10 finales I've ever watched.
He won for the.
I know, and Kerry Russell didn't, which is shocking.
And she didn't, and that is a shame too.
I gotta watch that
It's
show.
one of the best shows of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah, of all time
Really?
for sure. And it has not gotten the recognition it deserves. So I think it should have gotten the victory
I'll go
this
back
year.
and watch it. I watched the first episode and dug it.
The one director even said thank you to the fans for keeping us on the air because there was but the amount of conversation behind it was such a cult following that it kept him on the air, and FX knew that if they got rid of it, the fan backlash would go nuts because it was passionate.
I am friendly with the VP over at FX, and he was telling me, he was like, I just really like the show.
Yeah.
Like, we just all really like it. So we keep it because it's amazing. I don't understand why not more people are watching it.
It's probably one of those shows that just gets a life from like streaming and stuff too. More so like very similar to what like Sopranos was huge when it was on TV, but Sopranos even more so. Or Battlestar Galactica is a good call.
The Wire too.
Yeah,
The Wire for sure.
The Wire
Firefly.
for sure.
The Wire.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so are there more calls coming in, or we got some tweets there, Riley? We got.
Yeah, I can look at some. I've been chat today, man.
What are they doing?
I'm having
What are they
overtime, getting rid of some peeps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
what are they
you're
saying?
being nonsense. You
Why,
know
what
what
happened?
you're doing.
Riley,
and I'm banning
Riley,
you.
it's okay.
Riley,
We'll
what's
get
wrong?
through this.
Riley,
It's okay.
Riley, sit into the chair so I can look at you because you're.
Yeah.
You
Look at
are
him, Riley.
today. I mean, I know you're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
What's going on today?
No,
seem a little
nothing.
upset.
I'm a little cranky because of lack of sleep. I don't know if you know. I have horrible restless leg syndrome.
Yeah.
I do
Keeps me
too.
up at night.
Yeah.
Keeps me up all fucking
So
night.
you're-
I'm not gonna.
yeah,
I'm
so
not
you're
gonna
Did you
lie.
take anything for it?
I take everything for it, and
not
it does
worth
not work.
Sure, feel.
Yeah.
I've got a ton of Xanax if you want some.
Give it to me, yeah.
Do not have
no.
the
So
shits.
then with there's a lot of knuckleheads here. I'm getting rid of somebody. Somebody's being a jerk. I'm
They're all
banning them.
jerks.
So
Let's look at
Yeah.
the positive comments.
I'm gonna go to
Thank you,
Twitter.
Cobbster.
Let's be positive.
I'm gonna go to
Cobbster,
Twitter.
I like your new attitude.
Oh, I'm gonna try that. You should have
just
seen me
comes
earlier.
in
Did you see
waves.
that Mario Kart
Slow
is
down,
trending?
everybody. What? Mario Kart is trending?
A lot of people, I guess, Stormy Daniels compared a certain person's private
I see.
to the Toad character, in,
Look,
the little mushroom character.
Yeah, the problem with that is that it's just like it just drives me nuts at politics in general, right?
Yeah.
It's just it's
A
one
lot of
side
people
plus
asking
the other
about
side.
that.
So there's going to be if you have no matter where you lie,
matter where.
it doesn't matter what happens. So now at the time that it happened, maybe she wouldn't have said that, but now because she's on one particular side there too, and she's part of this movement to help get rid of said person.
You can be best friends with somebody, then as soon as you start talking about politics, they call you stupid.
Yeah, but whatever it is, it's like I'm not gonna. That to me is just.
It's not fun.
No, but this particular comment that she's making. It's like.
What does that have any?
But at the time, would she have said that, or is she saying it now because she knows that it'll get a reaction? I don't know. I mean, I don't really care.
This chat is amazing.
Why? What are they
No,
saying?
now they're all on. They're like, Riley, we love you. It's like, no, thank you. I'm just tired.
But look,
I'm just tired.
but
That's all.
you know what the problem is, Riley? I
Yeah.
think that
Riley
there are a
killed
lot
again.
of, and it's the same reason. Like I said, I'm on day 2 getting rid of my social media.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is that I'm breathing easier for sure.
yeah.
But that chat room though, somebody said this yesterday. Thank you so much.
There it
There's
is.
somebody
Who's
yesterday.
going to promote the Schmodown now?
Well, there's still other accounts.
Oh.
There's still the Schmodown accounts and Schmo's account and Collider. There was a comment, I think, I don't know who made it, maybe in the chat room. There are a lot of good people in this chat room.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, there's just people, again, there's people in there that are going to say stupid things, and you have fun, Riley, and you throw them out on the
Yeah, no, it's very fun to ban people. Actually,
Is it just racist stuff?
It's just racist stuff. A lot of derogatory comments like words that I like. If I see a
What were we
horribly
even talking
derogatory comment, you are banned immediately.
Right.
What
As it should
was
be.
what was the final impetus for you with the social media?
I just
Good question.
Well, because the main reason I was on it was for promotion.
Yeah.
And it's like I could still use. There's other ways to get promotion, and it's like, and I told you yesterday, I got some. Yeah, I get personal messages to my Facebook stuff about whether it's threats, and the one thing it didn't happen as much for what I was getting threats to my kids, threats to myself, like
About what?
someone
For
got
Star Wars opinions?
movies.
Schmodown.
Someone found my
that's just-
phone number, left me a message about my movie, or called me about my movie taste. I had to stick the cops on this person.
They were
It's like.
happened yesterday with Perry.
Perry got it
Jack
too.
answered the phone.
Yeah, and so it's like
The guy said he stopped calling.
It's
But
the same guy, and the cops are going to be coming pretty soon. But like the point is,
How does this guy find your numbers?
well, it doesn't matter. The point is, even if you can find it, the whole thing is it's just
It's about movies.
But it's that in general. It's about being humans, and the problem is, and I remember this. And this is the thing when
About
I worked
scrolls.
on
Human
The
life.
Bachelor. Here's the problem. I worked at Bachelor, and a producer at the time when I was working there. It was something that always stuck with me, and I said, really? Like that? I don't want to do this then. They said, you can't look at these people like people. They're characters. They're not people. And I think that that's the way social media looks at us or other people too. If you don't know them, they're just people on the internet. I can say whatever the fuck I want. They're not real people. I can tweet at this person. It doesn't matter. They'll never say it to your face.
No.
They'll never do. And the thing is, even if they did, then you'd have a conversation. Like I've had people have conversations, and good conversations of like, hey, I didn't really. I didn't agree with your take on this, and here's why.
Instead of.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, sure. I mean, that's
A couple years ago at Comic-Con, a dude came up to me and said, why'd you block me on Twitter? I need you to unblock me. And I said, I don't block many people. If I blocked you, there's a reason. Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I think it was like something about, and I was like, there's why I blocked you. And I won't unblock you. Thanks for coming out to this, but you're done.
Like even,
Sorry.
yeah, just like you think little things like to where it's like it's just be in general. Like even yesterday, I said something along the lines of the guy that kept butting in the conversation. It's like, but I apologize. I'm like, I don't know where you apologize. I'm not checking my social media. And then he wrote something, and then the way he responded in the chat room was to scream and yell, and call me a name. So I blocked him from the channel. He's gone from the channel now.
See ya.
So it's like you got there's got to be
Suck on
repercussions.
that, bitch.
Goodbye.
There's just got to be repercussions to. It's like But the thing is, anyway, it's a matter of.
I will
the
say-
answer to your question, I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Dude, I totally understand. I'm not judging you for it at all. All of your things make total sense. And from watching American Vandal season 2, which we're going to do a review on the podcast channel at some point when that finishes, or whoever wants to talk about it, if Roxy or anybody wants to talk about American
I haven't
Vandal season 2.
started it.
can't wait to start that.
Is that these poor kids nowadays, the guy that pointed it out on the phone call, Roxy, what's it like to work with old people? It was nicer back then because we didn't have social media. We didn't have all this stuff that gives kids windows to attack other kids.
Desensitized to human emotion.
I guarantee you that guy later on tweets, it was a joke. It was a joke. They can't take the joke.
Whatever it is. But I'd like to thank Karen Johnson from Forbes, who wrote a nice article about how social media took me off of social media, and there's this whole big thing on me, and that's not true, but it'd be nice. I was like, I don't even know who Karen Johnson is.
Karen Johnson.
I know. I wanted people to actually go look up Karen Johnson of Forbes, but
Why'd you bail on it so quick?
You had it, dude. You had us all.
I got bored. But anyway, let's do a couple more questions, and we're going to wrap it up. Okay. We'll make it a little early of a show today.
All right. Well,
Why do
I
you feel
have an
sick?
interesting question. They're wondering where to go. And by the way, thank you for all your suggestions for my restless leg syndrome.
Oh,
I
cool.
appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, and I do. Yes, I do.
Is one of them chop it off and have Roxy eat it?
There are,
Xanax.
yes.
Oh, you know what I can do before we'll take one more question, but then there's a couple of videos that we didn't get a chance to watch.
Okay.
We'll watch a couple of videos and then leave.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. What do you got, Reilly?
No, somebody I lost it, but I'm sorry, but I want to bring it up. You know who you are. Tweet me again. Will the feud with Bateman and Finstock
Bleed into the Schmodown?
Yes.
I mean, that's on
That's
them.
what they're wondering.
Yeah, because for those
It's
who
my
don't know,
manager
I
and
think
partner
Bennett's
right now.
smoking.
So Reilly and Bateman are a team in the Anarchy, and Tom Dagnino is their manager.
Puts me in an awkward
how will
position
that play
here.
out? I don't know. I think that they're both professionals.
So it's
Well,
not really
one
awkward.
is.
One of them was right and one of them's wrong. So
Well, that's not nice to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's watch some of those videos.
Yeah, bring up the videos.
Yeah, let's see. So there's a couple of videos that.
Which one would you like?
I don't know. You bring
Do the
one up.
Weatherman one.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
hysterical.
They bring the Weatherman
This
up.
guy was-
Have you seen this, Macuga?
No.
This
All
is
right.
hysterical.
So this is a report. So obviously,
Whenever you send the videos, I like to. If we're gonna do it on the
Do it
show,
on the
I
show.
want it to be the.
All right, don't look at. Don't look at. All right, so
Don't look.
Oh, I've seen this.
you
Josh.
have
Don't
seen
look.
this?
No,
All right.
don't look.
So there was the the
I can't help
hurricane
but look.
obviously.
Can I look?
You haven't
Yeah.
seen this yet?
Well, now that I don't have
What'd you
tabs
do?
open, I swear to God. Hold on.
Just wait
This
a minute.
computer's
Yeah,
really slow.
Don't look. Right.
Don't look, Reilly.
Roxy.
Well, you keep saying don't look, and then
Roxy,
Well, yeah.
look. But
This is
Reilly,
the
All
don't
right,
look.
so
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, you guys look.
So this is during the hurricane. Watch. So watch this guy. Roxy, look. The wind's really pushing him. Right. It's pushing him. He's look at those guys. They're just walking. Everything's okay.
Hashtag brave.
So he's
No big deal.
Yeah. And then what was the excuse? Do that again.
Uh,
Play
The
it
best
again.
is that these guys
Yeah.
up here, their hoods aren't even
Yeah,
blown
they're
back.
walking in the same direction he is. Why aren't
Yeah.
they blowing?
The excuse was that he was in a
On the
thicker,
grass?
taller grass.
What is
Yeah,
that
he was
mean?
on a slanty, wet grass thing, and they were on concrete. That's what his
What?
outlet said.
The wind doesn't care.
Sticking
no,
up for
no,
him.
but look, the wind's
No,
blowing
I
it
thought
the
you
other
said-
way.
I thought you said you were right, Spider.
But look at the wind.
It's
It's
blowing
pushing
that
that
way.
way, and he's
All right.
going backwards.
I'm going to blame the crew on this because they can clearly see them
They
in the
can see-
background.
Yes.
Maybe
Could've moved
maybe
around.
the guy is an asshole, and they're like, you know what? This is
Yeah.
the one that's
Yeah.
going to sink Jim.
F this guy.
Yeah. So
I
I mean, it's
Love it.
funny. Maybe they just did it on
Fuck this
purpose.
guy.
yeah.
Look, you can hold this
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
up, throw it.
Yeah, right. It's going the other way.
okay. Hey,
Right.
fake
yeah, it's
news.
going the other way, and he's
But look
pushing
at
that way.
maybe.
Yeah.
That guy's just like,
Yeah, look.
How
Now,
old is
he?
now,
Walk
now
over
he's
here.
walking and he's struggling a little bit.
Those guys
Those
are just
guys are
in
walking the other
back
way.
through the. Now that
He
guy's
should
in
have
the
turned
grass.
around.
Look at that guy's checking his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Don't
like,
do that. It's going to get wet.
Anyway, all right. So this guy, what happened with this guy? Anything? It's just overly dramatic. I mean, you can't fire the guy.
Well, no, they stuck up for him. His
Yeah.
his
I love
news
him.
outlet stuck up for him. They said
I
whatever.
do love the weathermen during these things. It's pretty
That
incredible.
guy
Yeah.
really. I mean, he went
Yeah,
for it.
He did.
They're
He
so
really went
brave.
for it.
It's
So brave.
always that though. There's a big storm. They send the guy out. The poor
Yeah,
whoever
poor
it may
bastard.
be.
Well, Don Lemon was out there in the middle of this stuff too. All right, what's the?
There's my favorite video of all time.
When he
that
was
you showed
hammered?
Me.
Oh,
no,
which
no,
one?
no, 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 not him. Never mind.
Which one?
You know what you showed me.
That makes it
So
sound
poor.
awful. Oh, right. Yeah, that was Wolf Blitzer, man. That guy got himself in a lot of trouble for that
This
one.
link's
Yeah.
not working.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
that?
darn it. The dog's farts and cat's pissed is not working.
Oh man.
What?
Hate when that happens.
That sounds real.
Yeah.
Let's
That
look at
one
this
was-
Let's look at this train wreck. Oh, no, car wreck. Haha.
Oh, this. Yeah. So no, but is this with the
I
music?
love that half of
is
this
this with
is.
the, but is this with the music?
One of them's no. It was a,
No. Get the one with the 18 music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 18 music.
I got to get that. Hold on.
So-
I'm gonna get that. Hold on.
Some of this stuff
I
that
don't know where to find it.
I love the internet version of these videos are the best ones.
When they recut them.
when they
'Cause they-
recut or something. Yeah, just to
But
was like
what
when we-
kind of people do that? Like, who has got the time?
creative.
a lot of people. Yeah.
It's so crazy. Good for you guys.
It's like when we add the Sesame Street to Brett's interviews. It just makes it that much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, it's just if you can find. I mean, it was the one. It was the actual link I sent to Reilly.
Well, it was on Twitter, and I don't.
Oh.
I don't know where it
Don't
is.
worry about it.
There's gonna be so many
It's
dash
fine.
cam
It's-
videos.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I
work.
do like dash
Right.
cam videos. They're hysterical.
And what are the
Orson Welles?
Which Orson Welles? Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh,
one.
Wasted in
that's-
Yes,
Cantina?
nah. What about the firecracker one?
Oh God, that was a long
Is that
time
a long
ago.
time
Let me
ago?
find
Oh, we got shit today, guys.
Got
Sorry.
rid of it.
that. Oh, look at that.
What you got?
Oh, I'm good.
Is that it? The firecracker one?
That says firework hammer.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
It.
Fuck yeah.
All right,
Firework.
Good.
This guy.
Motherfuckers.
Roxy hasn't seen this one. Okay, do not tempt at home. Thank you for that. Okay,
Roxy,
turn it
don't
on.
look.
Turn
For
it
me.
on. You can watch.
Don't
You can watch.
Turn around.
Is this? What is this? Is this the new one? Oh yeah, this is the one you showed. This is the one.
Oh no,
Reilly
I
did.
saw this.
You
I
saw
saw
this?
this. This
I've
is
never seen this.
You haven't
is-
seen this?
people are
All right.
freaked out.
So
I don't understand people.
yeah. So they're taking this thing.
this is long though.
So they're strapping.
masking
Does
tape?
that look like a good idea? They're strapping
No.
fireworks to a stick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now you hear fireworks going off in the
Yeah.
background.
Okay. Sounds like 4th of July in Pasadena.
Sounds good so far. And there's a lot of just again.
I'm scared. Hold on.
It either sounds like that or training day.
This is going to be bad.
Yeah.
Now, are they going to light them? What do you think?
Well, I know what happens.
Well, I know.
Anytime you see a person,
All
No,
right.
you'll
so now,
see everybody's doing this.
Okay.
It's all the cool kids.
right. So that, I mean,
I
that
wish-
stick alone doesn't look great. So,
no, this doesn't. Where is this?
I don't know.
I see what they're doing.
Mexico.
This is in Mexico.
All right,
This is in
so,
Mexico.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
I mean,
they got
there's
all
a
the
lot of
They got
people
all
out
the
there.
good fireworks.
Holy
Oh yeah.
moly.
Well, I mean, you look at all that. That is something.
This is just.
But watch, here it goes.
Oh,
Here it goes.
Jesus
So look, this guy's got
Christ.
his
Oh, it's a
hammer.
sledgehammer.
It's a hammer. It's a straight up sledgehammer. Yeah. So now, right, he goes right in the middle.
Oh
Look
my
at- Yeah,
God.
yeah. That,
This
look,
is awesome.
Dude, that guy's got no fear though. He just walk
None.
right through that shit. And then watch this. Here he goes. Here he goes. He's got the fireworks. There's the hammer. This guy, boom.
No,
Oh my
Oh,
God!
Now our boy who's ready. He just we saw him. We've been following him since the beginning.
Yeah,
Stormbreaker.
Yeah. So this guy's boom.
Okay.
Now watch our guy.
He watched other people.
This
he's
guy
like,
strapped it
well.
up. Yeah, he's ready to go.
This guy.
There we go.
He is set.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
so
like
excited.
you guys haven't
Oh,
seen
we put
Thor's
this
hammer.
piece of cardboard down.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody
Oh,
else.
here we go.
Here we go. Watch now. This is like the ultimate Thor hammer. Right here we go. Up
See
in
you,
here.
buddy.
He's okay. He's all right.
He's all right.
He gets up. He's okay.
Why do you guys think
Who's
that's
the guy that
Because
said?
he's okay. One more time. Yeah. Well, look. Because
watch.
look. He's so excited. He just did this whole thing. I mean, it's effective for what he did,
sad.
right? It's not sad. He's fine.
Why
Watch,
is this sad?
watch,
This is
watch.
terrible.
But he goes
Look
up
at
in
what
the
some
air like
people
a.
do
He knew
for
the risk.
Watch.
entertainment.
I
can't
Roxy,
watch
look.
again.
Here he goes.
Way over
I've
his head.
seen it.
Something new happens.
No,
Watch.
it's not
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It's not how video works.
So
Who's the guy that started this group text? Like,
yeah.
hey, guys,
bring your hammer.
bring your hammers
Yeah.
and your fireworks.
One more time. There you go.
It was probably this guy. He sent out the group text.
But you guys wouldn't eat people. This is,
We gotta put music. We gotta put music. Woo! It's amazing. Yeah, anyway, it's a Tuesday. All right, stop it.
I'm so
All right, that's the
sad.
show. Hashtag that's the
man.
show.
Why
I hope.
what is that? Why does that make you so sad? Those
Yeah.
kids are having the time of their life.
They're not.
But
What
he's
do you
fine.
mean?
What's the
They're
matter,
not having
Roxy?
a good time.
You don't think he's having
You
a
don't
good
think
time?
anybody gets hurt doing that? And like people watch this video and then they go and try it and then they end up dead.
It says in the beginning, the warning says don't try
Don't
this at
do
home.
It doesn't mean people won't.
Well, that's on them.
Well, that's
the
very
warning. The
stupid
warning's there.
fault.
It's like with that guy who had the girlfriend shoot him and he died. Nobody's trying that at home
Oh,
now.
the YouTuber.
Are you
Yeah,
really?
that's dumb.
Can I,
Roxy, come on.
Yeah.
These
The-
are
Right.
people that are stupid.
Riley.
I
they're
know.
saying, Roxy, don't worry about it. If he dies, you can eat him.
Oh.
Oh, I would.
There it is. A lot of people.
He'd probably be
A lot
pretty
of people said
toasty.
that.
Yeah.
Toasty. Nicely done, Roxy.
That's where
Now
Roxy
she's-
went.
Now she doesn't
There you
feel
go.
bad
There's our
because
girl.
now
She's
she can
back.
eat 'em.
Now you're thinking about the opportunity.
I do feel bad, but you don't want that meat to go to waste.
All right.
It's very true.
What?
There's another.
All right. Riley, what else? Oh, we got a phone call.
Oh,
All
here
right,
we
last,
go.
last
Come
call.
on,
last
JTE,
call of the
please let
show.
it be JTE.
All right, hey, you're in Collider Live. Try not to get eaten. Who do we got?
Hello?
Good talk.
Jerry?
Hey, who do we got? Perfect.
Chris from Boston.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, rock on, man. What part of Boston?
Really from Cambridge, but
Cool.
That's Boston. isn't it?
Yeah, for
you know.
sure.
Cool.
I'm
What's-
a Newton girl.
yeah.
Nice to talk to you.
Macuga, you're the man, by the way.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man.
All right, Chris, what do we got, man? What do you got
No
for
problem. Hi, me and my friend, weve been having this argument about The Departed.
us? Yeah.
Do you think that Matt Damon's character is gay in that movie?
I don't. Who's? What do you think, Macuga?
Such an awesome Boston question. Yeah, he's gay.
You think so? I don't think so.
Definitely.
What do you think?
Yeah.
It's not that I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oh, that's
I don't
so
think
funny.
so.
What do you think?
Well, if you watch the movie, like he has a hard time getting it up with his girlfriend.
He does.
And then, like at the end of the movie, like when Leonardo DiCaprio has the gun to the back of his head, and he's just like, "Oh, I know all about you," and like, "Oh, I know all about you, faggot," and then like he makes his face like, "Oh, you really have to say that?" It's if you really watch the movie, it's either that or he got molested by the priest or something in the
That's not as fun.
beginning
though.
of the movie.
You went dark.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Dude, we've watched this movie like a whole bunch of times. We really
any
try to
asshole
read
does.
between the lines.
Really?
All right. Well,
So,
I mean,
That's
I get
hysterical
Riley. You found
question.
your next video for Collider quick.
Yeah,
I suppose
there's-
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great
Chris.
Schmodown
Top-
question.
Yeah.
In The Departed,
Was,
is Matt
yeah,
Damon
never
Ten
thought
reasons
about it,
Matt
but I would
Damon's
say I don't
character could
think
be
so.
gay.
But
Now
if
we're
he
thinking
was, he was. All right, well, that's the way you end
Thanks,
the
Chris.
show.
I'm proud of my
Show me that
hometown.
smash hammer again.
No,
Give it to me.
No,
Come
we
on.
can get. All right, do we still have it?
Come
All right, go ahead.
on.
One more time, and then we'll get out of
No
here.
way. You
Come
guys
on.
are cruel and
Yes.
unusual.
Here he comes. Here he
Cruel
comes.
and unusual punishment. All right.
So many.
Oh!
Macuga loves it. Macuga
He's so
loves it.
excited.
All right, and with that, we are gone. We'll see. Macuga, turn around, and then we'll see you tomorrow. Collider Live. What a show today. Roxy Striar, Macuga, Reilly. Collider Live. Keep a comment going. Do it all. See you tomorrow.
Stop playing it.